Mm. Is that working over there now? Mm. Are you broadcasting? Maybe? No?
We're broadcasting.
Hi, are we broadcasting? Hi, people. I'm here. It's very easy to say, oh, don't do it tonight, Jasmine, but then you're not one of the people who send me mean emails when I don't do it, so. Or have you guys less of the other? Can't see what you're doing in the computer lab. Is it working?
Typing in the chat room.
Okay, yeah, I know. It's like I don't know what's better, to cancel it or just deal with all the hate mail afterwards. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard thing to do sometimes. Either way, I've got to paint these. So this little cutie is not really based on a specific character of mine, but she's kind of a, not generic, but a kind of archetypal sort of strangeling fairy that I would typically do. I've given her the little hair buns like I put in a lot of my characters, and she's looking a little worried, probably because the Wi-Fi's not working or something. But she's looking a little concerned. These are the ways that my characters kind of... Huh?
Yeah, people are saying hello.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah, the people who say things like that are lovely, and I love you guys, but it's the people who don't. Yeah. Yeah.
Patient technical issues happen. The thing is, I don't know if I'm able to get past this. That's not sure.
Mm.
Doing my best. I don't know what else I can do at this point. We're saying that the audio seems...
Okay. Well, you put your mic in, yeah.
Kitten says
And that's what you forgot about. Yay! Maybe it's working now.
But it's not working for my computer.
Well, is it working for other people? Yeah. Yeah, but it's working for other people. It's fine. I mean, if you need to see me, I'm right here. You can actually look at me. Yes. It's not like, you know, you don't have to look at it on your computer, right? Because I'm 9 feet away from you. But you've got your mic in, and is that being picked up? Can people hear you talk?
I think people hear me.
Yay! Huzzah!
Hear me okay?
Can you hear me okay? And I do have a cold again. If I sound funny, it's not because of technical difficulties. It's because of horrible amounts of sinus mucus or something. It's really kind of gross to think about.
Audio seems better, but better on my end.
Yay! Also, if you haven't yet, you guys, if you close and open up again, you might still be connected to the first broadcast, so that might help on your end if you haven't closed and opened again. Not to be all IT crowd about it, but, you know, close it, start it again, and usually in my experience when I've watched Twitch people when they were up and trying to broadcast and there's some sort of technical difficulties, if you close it after they've restarted and reattached to it, then usually pick up where it kind of left off.
People who send hate mail for
some people have a lot of people have a lot writing on this, so yeah, it's awkward. I mean, I understand that there are a lot of people that maybe their job or their livelihood depends on, oddly enough, stuff like this.
People have sound that goes Frozen.
Okay, Frozen's a good movie. We were at Disney last night and had a lot of Frozen talk happening. Yeah, I'm not on my usual easel here. This is kind of a cool little easel. I don't know how you could see it on the camera here, but it kind of folds up into a box, and it comes like in a little black backpack thing. And it's, where'd I get it? I get it at Dick Blick or Mr. Art or something like that. I think I got it at Dick Blick.
Did you get it online?
Yeah, I think I got it. Or did I get it from Richardson? I forgot.
I don't remember.
But it's like a little artist easel that folds up into a box so I can keep my paints in it. It's kind of my backup easel. If you've seen me at like a convention or like the Renaissance Fair or somewhere that's outside, or when I myself like paint outside my backyard, I usually work on something like this because it's a little easel. It folds up, opens up, and I usually do smaller paintings. Yeah.
Do you know what color the hair will be?
I don't. I've literally started this while we were trying to figure out like how the Wi-Fi was working.
Right.
So I don't know. I might even take suggestions after I work on her for a bit. But she'll be one of the little paintings I will have next weekend in Kansas City at Planet Comic-Con at the Spectrum Fantastic Art Pavilion. I've got to say all that whole long string of words there. at Bartle Hall in Kansas City, Missouri, where I will be in 48 hours or something. I will be there next weekend in person, and we'll have a bunch of these little guys here. I've started like 5 or 6 of these little ones, and I might work on a few of them, assuming that our Wi-Fi holds up. We'll see.
For sure,
yay! Again, if I sound funny, it's just my cold.
Well now. Thank you.
I will go to every house I can barge my way into and try to. I mean, we joked about, well, kind of joked about going to like Starbucks and using their Wi-Fi. I'm like, I've got a little easel, I can paint anywhere. I don't want to make people mad at me. These are little buns. I've done. I used to sometimes do my own hair that way, but a lot of my fairies, if you look at a lot of my fairy paintings, they kind of, it's not quite the Princess Leia thing where it looks like little cinnamon roll things on her head, but they're little hair buns that kind of go up. And usually when I do this, I pick an alternating color to be kind of like streaks in the front part of her hair, like little highlights or lowlights in the front, and I usually put them up in the hair buns. And I was thinking about doing, a lot of my paintings from maybe 15, 20 years ago had those little hair buns in them, and I was like, oh, I should do kind of a modern interpretation of that. So when I do little paintings like this, they're kind of like a facial study for paintings I might do in the future.
Somebody said they would love a Starbucks quote.
Oh, yeah, you know, you may be in luck.
Thank you. We're back up to 1 viewers.
Yay! We haven't scared everybody away.
No.
You're grumpy, snuffly Jasmine. Yeah.
Well, I apologize for the video.
Yeah.
Hopefully the audio is important though.
Yeah, the audio is important, and we do keep these usually on archive. That's when we're talking about, do we want this on YouTube forever, yelling about cords and USB things? I don't know about this one either, but I don't know if I can truncate it.
I got my strawberry fairy painting.
Oh, good! Yes, the one that she had lost before. Yes. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to print that out again. I found the file like on an old hard drive from a computer I had way back when. You can probably tell we're not very tech savvy, but
these are going to be $295 each.
These $295? Yeah.
Fantastic. Comic-Con, whatever.
Spectrum Fantastic Art Live, Planet Comic-Con. It's a Spectrum Fantastic Art Live Pavilion at Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City at Bartle Hall.
Gee whiz.
Yep. Yeah, I'm used to saying a lot of really long place names from Disney. You know, it's like, oh, Disney California Adventure located at the Walt Disneyland Resort, RTM, you know, all that sort of thing. So it kind of goes in your head and you gotta say it to people. But yeah, so these will be some of the little babies we'll have in Kansas City next weekend. Does it seem like it's working good enough, Mandy, to keep going for tonight?
How is it? Is
everybody's reasonably good? If it's a little bit better, that would be good.
Audio is way better, but
the video is still not good.
Video's a bit glitchy.
Yeah. You know what's weird is
wired Ethernet. Already done that.
Yeah, we did that first. That was the first thing we tried.
From our router. You know, this is a separate building.
It is. Again, this is a building that is like 20 yards away from our other building. But
maybe that if it directly into a router. That's how we have it at
Do you
home.
not have a router up here?
It's that room there.
Do you not have a long enough cord to go to the big building? Oh.
No.
Really?
What we could do is set up another router that
sure, that's part of what I talked about when we first bought this place.
That's what we need
to do. Yeah.
I didn't know we were going to do this. I'm sorry.
We talked about doing that way back when we talked about making a specific Twitch area, I think.
But everyone likes the audio.
Okay.
They say the audio is good,
now,
so people are with us.
Hopefully not. Oh gosh, the audio is horrible because I've got an awful cold right now, but to be fair, I think when we upload this, it does it from the recording that our computer's doing now.
Really?
When I upload it via Video Manager on Twitch. So the upload of it might be better than people watching it live. Because I have seen that myself when I've watched people live and it looked very kind of weird and choppy, but then I look at their archive, either on YouTube or on their Twitch archive, and it looked pretty smooth because it's not buffering and all that.
Yeah.
So it has the data, it's just not sending it out quick enough.
Now,
but this isn't a very complicated painting, so yeah.
But MoveBot on the piece I'm using right now is not friendly to me. So I'm going to have to do a random selection of
We'll do
people's room.
random number
Yep.
generator.
That's
That's always our backup.
I'm
That's
gonna
that's
have
what we
to.
do at Patreon. Basically,
So-
it counts down a number and it picks
Well,
somebody.
gosh, let's go ahead and do that.
But yeah, as long as you think that we're going to be able to be broadcasting, I would love to show people prizes. I didn't want to show the prizes earlier because I was like, oh, this just tanks and I'm not able to keep showing and the internet goes away or something. I didn't
And
want
I have to refresh
show-
every now and then because I get
Oh.
net at work errors, so I have to refresh.
Okay. Well, I need more light here too. I'm sorry, it's already starting to get dark. Sorry if it makes it too bright, but it's getting too
I can
dark.
turn on
now.
this light. Would that help?
Yeah, that would help if you could do that.
I apologize.
Yeah. We're in the frame cave area, which is
We can show off
kind
frames.
of neat. I was gonna say I can show you guys a lot of cool picture frames.
I like this
I'll
one.
do that after. Well, let me show the
Oh.
prizes first, because I don't want people to think they're getting those cool frames as prizes.
No, that's true.
Because some of them are in the process of being worked on, and that would
I'm
be kind of a
excited
neat
about
thing to
some of
show. But again, not saying that it's bad, but this is the building that those of you who were part of our early Patreon goal to buy a building to have for frames and shipping and stuff like that. This is the first time we've tried to broadcast from it, and it's about
Right.
15-20 minutes away from my usual studio. So now I don't know if it's too bright. Hopefully it's not. It's good for me to see, but I don't know if it's going to white out the picture. Does it look? I don't know if you can tell, but.
I can't.
But here is our first prize. We got this last night at Disney World. For those who were there last night, hopefully I didn't cough or sneeze at you because I've got a cold that I caught from Matt. If you remember last weekend, Matt had a cold. He gave it to me. I don't think he did it on purpose. But here, this is a magnet, believe it or not. Disney is doing these new big, like giant-sized magnets. Ignore the price tag, but you can tell it's a real Disney price and real Disney price tag. And this is Cruella de Vil, and she's a solid magnet, and I will sign her for you, and that will be our first prize. And you can get these at Disneyland or Disney World at your WD store .net, is it? I forget. Your WD store .something.
.com?
.com? Okay,
Sure.
I thought it was on that.
I can check.
But that is the first prize, and that is Cruella, and I will sign her for you. And she will stick to anything that has iron or puppies in it, I think. And what is the prize after that?
The prize after that is.
Yeah. Hannah, oh, the journal. It's not opened up, but
You want me to open it up?
I'll have to open her when I sign her. So
Okay.
can you open her?
Yeah, I
Okay.
get a knife. Well,
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're kind of in the workroom, so there's like
So I have everything
hammers
here.
and drills and weird
It's kinda
staplers
nice.
and
If we
yeah,
had-
this room is actually really
If we
cool.
had a better connection,
If
it
my,
actually
I
wouldn't
was
be a
gonna say
bad
the
place to
camera was
broadcast
better,
from.
I'd try to like go around
this
and
every
show
now
you
and
guys stuff because this is where our new giant printer is at, and this is where like all our stretcher bars are, and where we keep all the pins and all the lanyards and stuff like
It's
that.
actually
So
really cool.
it is, yeah. It's not open to the public. We've had a few people say, "Hey, we're gonna be in the Celebration reunion area. Can we come look at you?" And they're like, "No, we can't. Actually, we legally can't because we are a business, but we are not a publicly open business." So, but here's Tiana, and we got her at Disney World yesterday, and she is a journal. And these are made by the Walt Disney Company. They're all lined pages in here, and she's got nice little close-ups of Naveen in there, and he's on the back also. And you can buy these online, but this is one, and I will sign her for you. Nice little notebook. People use them for sketch pads or writing, I don't know, grocery lists or whatever.
Right.
Address books. So she'll be the second one we do, assuming that our weird internet doesn't kick us off at any minute. And then the third one is at the Cinderella mug. Okay. So usually I have them close to me, but this
Hold
is
it there for a while just
I
in case somebody
will.
laughs.
Yeah, if it's
I mean, my
I'll hold
video,
her here
example,
for a
is
while
Wacky Wacky.
in case Wacky Nunu. Okay. We talked about Wacky Nunu last time.
No, you can, yeah, you can easily see the frame that I'm working on.
Oh, yeah, you sure can. Hey, we can talk about that later,
Yeah,
assuming that Comcast doesn't kick us off or whatever. But here is Cinderella, and this is the new mug from Wonderground Gallery at Disneyland and Disney World. Again, ignore the price tag. This one's free. It's on me. And I'll sign the bottom of it. As long as you don't wash it in the dishwasher. You can wash it in the dishwasher all you want, but if you want my signature to stay on it, like if I sign it, then hand wash it. But you can put it in the dishwasher regularly. They sell them up at the website too. But our Cinderella, she's a new one. They had these at Epcot and at Disneyland, but they've just now come out with the actual merchandise for them, and they've turned out really super cute. I kind of wish they did a latte mug of her, like the taller ones, because they hold more tea. And I've got a cold and I need tea, but
I might
she's
actually have to type in the winner from your computer because
oh no,
I'm not
really?
even in chat right now.
Well, that's why we have a backup computer. Again, thank you guys for staying with us during our birthing pains here. If you have complaints, send them to Comcast customer service, because I hate them. And what's the fourth prize?
The fourth prize is the much coveted.
Oh, yes. If you want to see Grumpy Jasmine in a green apron and an easel, like you don't get enough of this now, you can get the pin. And look at her. Actually, she looks less grumpy than I do. That's saying something. There she is. This is actually my little pin that we have. This is my own one that I looked at to do the color checking and everything for the free pin that we're giving away at Planet Comic Con / Spectrum Fantastic Art Live at Bartle Hall in Kansas City, Missouri next weekend. That would be March 29th, 30th, and 31st. I'll be there in person from 1 to 4 each day, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then our booth will be open the whole time that the show is going, and you can buy stuff. And my sister Amber and our husband Chris will be there selling things. And the first, we have 200 of these that we're giving away to anybody who buys anything at our booth. And we're dividing it up over 3 days. So 200 divided by 3. We
have to be selling
anything.
products.
Yes, anything you're buying that is anything that you're buying that we are selling, you can get it. Yeah. And we'll give this to you. And if you have a baby with you and you say, hey, the baby bought that postcard and I bought this postcard, we will give you 2 pins. We are not real picky. I think we count heads, so it's not real particular.
If chat's on and it stays there, I'm staying with chat rather than
That's
video.
Fine. Do as thou wilt, man.
So I might not see what Jasmine's doing.
I can. Yeah, just ask questions and Matt will say it out loud to me. Yeah. Yes, if you're in Kansas City.
Moobot hates everybody today.
Moobot, I think, hates humans. Actually, he's only going to give it away to other cows. I don't know. Can you set that up?
Second.
Okay.
On a random number.
Okay. Yeah. Is it at the hour point about? Yeah. It should be close. Yeah. Okay. But it's not for this one. This is for the Gorilla Magnet.
Yep.
Yay, and whoever wins her will win her, like, in a minute or 2. Yay, I'm just happy the internet's working. There's something existentially terrifying when you have a job that relies a lot on the internet. When your internet goes down for 5 hours a day, 4 days in a row. I owe all these companies emails and stuff, and I was having some contract dispute about something, and I was just like, I feel like I'm just putting it on the shelf. I'm like, I'll wait 5 hours before contacting you. It's like, no, it just, my internet was down. I'm not playing hard to get, but is it working?
Okay, yes, I have a winner.
Ooh, somebody's got
Grizzly 69.
Grizzly 69?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good name. And you've got some scared puppies coming your way, and I will autograph them.
I have to create the message.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really have a chance.
Oh, yeah, people can't hear you talking, but it's Grizzly 69, and that is for the Corella Magnet. So whoever is Grizzly 69 is Corella Magnet. And I will sign her on the front. And that's like you would have come last night, but you didn't have to wait in the enormous virtual queue that was there.
So Grizzly 69.
Which is the first time we did that, and that was kind of weird, but...
I have to do that.
Oh, to talk to them in the chat room. That's okay. And it should keep it in there. But yeah, if anybody has any complaints about tonight's broadcast, send them to info@comcast.com. Yeah. Or no, Comcast is why we're here.
Oh,
yes, Comcast. They are jerks.
Grizzly one.
Yeah.
Let me write that down.
Okay. Yeah, write it down, love, if you don't have a...
keeps track of it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got to do it manually.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
Grizzly 69.
Grizzly 69. Grizzly bear from 1969. Oh, I'll just a bit close up too. I'm mostly just kind of sketching her at this point, but... And that's for the Corella Magnet, though. There she is. She's coming around nicely. The thing about this sort of easel, it's
80 viewers, by the way.
Oh, wow! I'm surprised anybody's here. They're like, what is this mean lady yelling at everybody? Why are we gonna watch her?
Just me.
Just Maddie. But yeah, she's a man.
But I really think that this. I really question this broadcast is not good for posterity.
Yeah.
What we'll do is.
Is it actually multiple broadcasts? Did it count the first couple as separate?
It should have 4 broadcasts.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful. It is awful. And
Hey, you know what? That
Comcast
might
is
help
evil.
with Twitch. Yeah, Comcast. I've had personal
Honestly,
issues
don't
with
send
Comcast.
emails to-
You send emails to Comcast. I don't like them. But
Yeah, I bet they wear a tiny little mustache.
they probably do, because I don't know Comcast.
You know, if
Yeah,
in another world that might have been a cool mustache, but that guy messed it up.
he did. He ruined
That
it
guy
for
messed it up.
everybody. Yeah. And I would equate them to Comcast. Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. Don't get me started. Again, it's a personal issue. It's not, but it's also a business issue.
Yeah, if you ever talk to us in another environment someday, we have a Comcast story that's just outrageous.
Yeah.
But it's not really.
I can't even say it publicly because they were that bad. Yeah, it was awful. If you work for Comcast, I'm sure it wasn't you because you are probably cool, but not.
Well, if you're a female, it definitely wasn't.
It wasn't you. Yeah, no. I feel bad for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Want to say somebody type?
Oh. Everybody left because they all work for Comcast. Oh.
Yes, Leela is still.
Yay! Leela's here, so thank you for sticking with us. So far I haven't.
Moobot's still doing half its job.
Is it? No.
Yeah, the thing is,
It's like Moobot's pretending to do its job.
He's doing his automated job. But he's not doing his active. Like
Moobot was a girl.
More, Moobot
is not Moobot a girl?
I don't know.
I think of it as a cow, but then it could be a bull or an ox or yeah.
People talk about milking
oxen.
it. Maybe it is a bull. We've just pissed them off.
Or something. I don't know. You don't mix bulls. No comment.
You're absolutely my all-time favorite artist. I found a long time ago. I used to watch you paint on Yahoo webcam.
Oh my
many
gosh.
ago.
We were talking about that earlier today. Thank you. Yeah, that was back before I had sound, and that would have been talk about resolution. I think it was like 140 DPI by 280 or something.
Oh, it's fine.
It was, yeah, but it was also 24/7. For those of you who didn't watch my old webcam, like in the late 1990s, you might not have been born yet, but I had this camera that was an old Yahoo webcam, and it was up there, and it would just, if I was on vacation, it would still just show my house. I'd see my cats run around. Yeah, everybody hates Comcast. I don't know what to say. We should start a movement.
No,
but no, they kind of have a monopoly in Celebration as far as what sort of internet you can get. So when they go down, you can't. You don't have any recourse.
Grizzly,
are they here?
Message.
Yay! Excellent.
Grizzly loves Cruella.
Oh, good. That's fantastic.
And I apologize for and if you hear any like bickering or something.
Mean words from me? It wasn't from me. It's from my twin sister who looks just like me. It's from Kachina.
Jasmine is a bit of a perfectionist. And didn't know this was going to happen. And Matt needs time to prepare for this.
We actually almost canceled today because I had a cold, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this today, but we did it anyways, and then it's like, now the internet's not working. Yes!
Moobot is both, that's so gross.
We don't even have champagne or anything. Moobot is both? That's okay, that's not gross. Some people are both, that's fine. It's fine for Moobot.
Program?
Why? Why would a computer program be gendered?
Moobot's neither.
Moobot, okay, I would say Moobot is neither.
By the way,
makes more sense. Yeah.
I apologize ahead of time. There's no cashews nor kitties.
No kitties. Again, we're about 20 minutes outside my usual studio, so yeah, no kitties. I did joke about bringing Gamera, which would have been terrible for everybody because we would have been like trying to plug in cords, or Sunshine would have just been biting the cords. Or what's up, love?
Friend girl says, I think Moobot is a bull, as in bull.
See, is that how you win Moobot's affection?
Moobot is a hermaphrodite, sure.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Which is a lovely word, actually. It comes from both the gods from Heidi.
Yeah.
Blending both sexes beautifully.
Yeah, there you go.
Hermes is often depicted as a gold-winged figure on top of buildings. He's a messenger of
and isn't he also Mercury, correct? Hermes is Mercury.
Hermes is absolutely
we were talking about Mercury
Aphrodite
earlier because Mercury is in retrograde right now, and like we were talking about communications being disrupted horoscope-wise, it is Mercury retrograde until the 28th of March, and we have seen that 3 Twitch broadcasts in a row. We've had problems. So
listen to this, Jasmine.
What's that, love?
Kitten says they've switched to AT&T. You don't have that option.
Yeah,
We
again,
can for our
monopoly.
phones,
That's
but
why I
not
have a
on our
problem.
own.
Yeah,
So,
no, my phone's
Nina
AT&T.
Rabbit says, I
Yeah.
had a Comcast guy tell me my internet issues were because I was a woman
Okay.
and
Yeah.
didn't
All right.
know what I was doing.
Okay.
And did I have a boyfriend he could talk to instead? Needless to say, I told him to shove it. Went to AT&T. Remember, Jasmine, this is a family-friendly show.
Yes,
Don't
I
mention that
understand.
story.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to
okay.
tell the specific story,
All
but
right.
it was something along those lines, and they did ask to speak to my husband on multiple times, even though that was my account with
Yes.
them, and it was Comcast, and we don't at the time where we live. They ran the cable line, so they have the monopoly on the whole town.
Yeah.
So we don't have a choice to switch to a different company. But we had a very similar thing that was even worse happen with Comcast.
Even though
so.
I will say that the gentleman who helped us out in November.
No, that's a lot. 99.9% of the people who work there are probably great
No,
people.
the
It was
guy
just,
in real life,
yeah.
he was very
Oh yeah,
nice.
no. I think it's when people are on the phone, or on the internet, they feel like they can say weird things. But no, but I've had 2 very bad experiences with people at Comcast along similar lines, and I'm not going to go into it on broadcast.
Are there
but
any wild kitties you could apprehend locally?
maybe, you know what?
I haven't seen a while.
There's
I could probably get a lizard.
There's one. Yeah, there are raccoons. But
well, yeah.
We have raccoons here in Reunion as well as in Celebration. There are a lot of wild animals.
Raccoon,
yeah.
got
When we were carrying up our cameras to this location here, we saw where the evidence of raccoons had been.
No matter
so
what, we
can't get away from the raccoons. Yeah.
Of course, Jasmine doesn't know why they go away, and she keeps throwing food.
Like, hey, I keep feeding you birdseed. Why don't you guys leave? Here you go. Documentary now.
Yeah. That was actually a
Why don't they
possum
go
in
away?
that scene.
Was that a possum?
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
but
pretty
it's
sure.
making fun of in Grey Gardens when they have the raccoons and it's mixed in with the kitty cats. Yeah, basically. So I'm just taking some lighter colors like Titan Buff and mixing it in with the same color I used for the background. I mean, see here, I actually brought these from my Celebration house. I've got my little old moonshine jars that are filled with my different neutral tones that I like to blend myself. And these are a mixture of Titan Buff, Naples Yellow, Payne's Gray, Van Dyke Brown, and a little bit of Dioxazine Purple, and some Sap Green. And that kind of makes a neutral tone for the background. And then I mix in Titan Buff, which is lighter, and Naples Yellow to make the lighter colors. So I'm kind of doing an underpainting on here because, as we were talking about earlier, I have not decided what colors to put on this one because she is not really a specific character yet. The Tiny Treasures, when I do these little square paintings, they're kind of my opportunity to play around and do something that I know it's not going to be a print or anything, so it's kind of a fun time for me to say, oh, what would she look like if she had orange eyes and bright purple hair? And I can try it out on something small before I do some big, crazy 4-foot painting for a gallery or something. So that's also why I only charge $2.95 for them, and we have them at live events, so people can get an original painting. And it might not be one that's like on a t-shirt ever, but it's a neat little thing that I've actually made myself. And you could possibly watch in the Twitch archives if we decide to archive this one.
Well, like you said,
I should show them the reality, man. No, it's usually not.
Normal.
No, well, I didn't know it was recording me, so I'm like, I'm just gonna paint. I don't know. 'Cause I really have to be, even when I don't feel well, I still have to paint every day because I still have to work on the same deadlines as anybody else. The problem of jobs like me and Maddie have, you just don't get to call in sick. There is not such a thing as a sick day or a snow day or anything. Snowdonia. Remember, that's a real place. In Wales.
It's only I didn't make up.
That's Robonia.
No, that's what.
Oh, okay.
Snowdonia. It sounds like a.
That's an EverQuest.
Fantasy.
Or not? Neverwinter Nights, wasn't it?
Dark Age
of Camelot. That was that.
Which
that was
all
Snowdonia. But those are all real places. Yeah, exactly. It is like Tintagel. I don't have my lovely printouts. I printed out some more pictures of Tintagel. I was going to show you guys.
Well, we honestly. We put this whole setup. I wish you guys could.
This slick professional setup that you see now.
I almost feel like taking a photo of it from behind, Jasmine. If you can see what we rigged.
Oh my gosh! I don't think you want to see that. No.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But we are in the framing room, which is kind of neat. I don't know if you can see anything. Show them the one that.
I don't like this one.
Yeah, that's what I want to add details on. But I'll show you guys what it looks like now.
Well, I cut the panel like a
yeah.
while back.
Oh no. I mean the details on the frame
Okay.
because I want to put some gold leafing on things.
I like
and
it.
It's
octagonal.
This is like a antique replica one that's got. I don't know which camera shows this because I can't really show it on the little camera.
Neat. Oh, look,
but
look,
yeah,
there's a pretty painting inside.
Oh god, that's like that horrible billboard.
Oh,
Oh Manny, no. But yeah, this is a cool one. But I want to put some neat details.
Well, all we've got are our inside jokes now. Oh man.
What else does one have really?
Nothing.
But I want to show them the one that you were you're making.
No, it's a little sticky because now I want people to
it?
see. It has is a little bit of size here and there.
Oh, sizing for the gold leaf?
Yeah, so
okay.
I have a few touch-ups because I had some questions for you.
Oh,
because I wasn't done with it.
Oh, it's not done yet.
And then
this is actually gold leafed. I don't know if you can
gold
see
leaf. A lot of it, and then I need to go over some of the spots. I mean, it looks really good on
yeah, I'll probably look. But I can't tell because the lighting's not good here.
What it does look like.
It's massive. I forget how big it is until I see it in person.
What it does look like to me is very much like the frames that you would find in the National Gallery in London.
Oh yeah, sure. Like if you're at an art gallery and you see like a lot
Lift
of
it up and show that.
it's very thick.
What's
I don't
cool
know how you can,
is if people want to see this.
You can see me.
You see how it's flat on the bottom, guys?
It's like a piece of furniture.
I can like set it.
Yeah, it's meant to be almost like an altarpiece.
Yeah,
like
you could even set it on the ground, or you could set it on a table.
Yeah, like a retablo sort of
And also, this pattern would look really good if you had 1, 2, and then like a bigger one in the middle.
It's destined for my 2020 show at Corey Helfer Gallery in Los Angeles, which will be in autumn. I don't know. We don't know what day it is yet, but it will be in autumn of 2020. But I've got a painting called Madonna of the Wasps that I've been working on for a while, and that will be a new Twitch setup that will be on our usual studio, so it will be a lot better. But this one's cool. This one's an 8x10. I've had this frame forever. I got it. I forget if I got an antique store or flea market or something, but it is super neat, and it's an 8x10. So I might end up using that for the Corey Helfer Gallery show too. But I can't show all my frames. I've got literally hundreds of
treasures for MegaCon?
Possibly.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. MegaCon is at the middle end part of May. Is it the 19th or something? I guess that is something.
Something like that.
Yeah. So I might do. It depends how much time I have. Yeah, that was kind of neat actually being here because sometimes when I'm at my actual painting studio, I'm like, oh, I've got this cool frame I'm working on, but I don't have the frame here. Here's a little picture of it. But I like to show people when it's actual frame. That's kind of why I like to do this in multiple places. I'm going to try to do that more, assuming the internet works better, and we will talk to Comcast about that. But to actually show you how big they are. So
what about
kind of neat.
Silver eyes like the character Riddick?
Ooh, silver eyes and blue hair would be pretty. I don't know those. I haven't read those.
Diesel, his eyes glow.
Oh, those are based on books, right?
Yeah.
I have not read those, but I liked making really pretty blue eyes with silver. Sounds like a good idea. So I might do that. That sounds lovely.
The frames make me think in the Beast. It does. Well, that's
yeah,
because he would.
It looks like a stained glass window kind of. Yeah.
Well, that is this style is not as, if you notice, it's not as ornate as something behind Jasmine.
No, it's more kind of medieval.
This would be I would say more like a Gothic style.
Yeah, Gothic medieval.
And this is more Baroque right here.
Yeah, that's more kind of Rococo. I don't know if I can see that one. That one's taller than I am, I think. Some of these.
Something smaller.
Again, this whole room, I don't know if you have seen my Patreon pictures of this frame wall, but it is like...
lots of, actually what we have to do...
loads of small ones.
We have a lot more frames. We have to, I have to reinforce the wall.
Because we have so many frames, we can't hang them all up.
Yeah.
Because I'm a frame junkie. If I'm like we're in Europe or something, I'm like, oh, antique store, frame, I want that one, and we have to put them somewhere, and just,
I like this one.
Which is why we have to have multiple buildings. Oh, that's a cool one. You know, I had one that was similar to that. This is actually, I think...
you have a larger version of that.
Oh, yeah, I do. This is a silver one of it. I like this.
Just keep showing frames.
Show off frames.
I feel like I'm showing my mom stuff.
Ooh, look at this. Now, I feel self-conscious because I think I'm kind of...
How many tiny treasures will be in Kansas City?
Depends how much time I spend holding frames and how many times I spend painting. But I'm thinking about probably... I've got around 7 in the works. I don't know if I'll finish them all before then. If there are ones I don't finish, I'll probably give them away as Patreon prizes to people, like randomly. Or alternately, too, I think for the We are on the top secret level on my Patreon. We are letting people reserve them if we don't sell them at the show. We always have to give people at the show the first opportunity to buy them in person for Tiny Treasure. So if you're there in Kansas City, come early, get in line. We'll have probably 5 or 6 of them at least.
What I'll do, Jasmine, is I will get a repeater router put up in here.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know how to test it as far as streaming. I've watched Netflix movies up here.
You have a Twitch channel. You're uploading, not downloading. It's very different.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's very different. I mean, we have limits on Comcast.
I don't have a Twitch.
Everybody who has a Twitch account has a Twitch channel.
Oh, so
you can make a little hi chat with and it's only Matt, and you can make it private. Yeah, you can. You don't even have to have people in it. Just say, hey, it's Matt. You could invite me. I could be on the other house and say, hey, Matt, it's Jasmine. How you doing, Maddie? It's me. You know. Yeah.
That way we could test out, because I was wondering how in the world would I test that?
Nope. Anybody who is on Twitch technically has a Twitch channel, so you could try that out.
How are your pets holding up with the packing? Oh, they're asking someone else.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, what package?
It's like, oh, what's happening with our pets? I don't know. No, I've kind of drawn in. Actually, I'm going to work on her mouth a little bit more.
I like this because I can get steps.
Yeah. Matt usually sits down the whole time.
What I'm looking at, if you guys could see where I'm at, is I'm looking at my workspace that I built this like crazy.
Massive table. You know, I think we showed that on Patreon when you built this table.
Probably.
That it has a bunch of cubby holes that are like. Each one's a different size for different size stretcher bars. It's a big. What is this, like 15 feet long?
That I could just suddenly pop up
this one is I don't know how good you could show it.
Well, and my sister, who's the assistant, she keeps this place.
She keeps it very spick and span. Yeah, believe it or not, it looks so nice. I hadn't been up here for months, and I came up. And I was kind of shocked. I was like, "This is so nice. It's so clean. This doesn't look like somewhere Maddie would do stuff." And I was like, "Oh, Sarah did it."
Well, actually, I've learned a lot.
She was a Patreon goal too. Remember?
Yes, she was.
Hiring Sarah. That was one of my Patreon goals. So, and it's worked out really well.
We're very happy with that. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. We still got I can't tell if it's 77 or 78.
Oh, I don't know. As long as somebody's here, that makes me feel better for talking while I'm working, because I would literally have to paint either way. Because I gotta paint either way. Oh, she's looking cute. Make her pretty hair. Hopefully this is light enough.
In a way, I feel less formal and
I remember we did one broadcast from Kansas City, and that was kind of like that, because it kind of felt like we're...
I felt the same.
What we need to do is do one so we can do it from England when we're in England, and like our London place. That would.
I don't know how to because
we can figure that out.
Yeah,
it is. It's a Victorian era building.
I'm not uploading stuff all the time. I don't know.
I've had good luck there uploading when I have to do like mail big file and I have to upload like high resolution things. Like I remember sending things to the people who are like making my calendars or T-shirts or something, and I was uploading really big files, and it went pretty quickly. But
we don't ever attend any cons close to Michigan. No.
I haven't done. The closest we do is by our Kansas City studio, so it'd be
Chicago,
like in.
We've done a show in Chicago.
I've done shows. I have a gallery. I have a couple galleries in Chicago. The Hoi Polloi galleries. A couple of them are located in O'Hare, like after you go through security, which isn't really helpful unless you're flying somewhere. But downtown Chicago, we have kind of in Chinatown, there is the Hoi Polloi Gallery, and that is owned by the same people who own the Pop Gallery at Disney World. So I've done events there before. Yeah, usually if it's a big show, I either have to have a studio there, like to physically bring everything from, or it has to be a place that I have employees at so they can go set it up and I can fly in. Because we have to make everything and get it there somehow. And we mail it through the mail. It usually costs more to mail it than it does than we'd sell it for. And I usually lose a little bit of money whenever I do a show like that, but I don't want to lose like $20,000 or something. That'd just be a mess.
People are still saying they can hear.
Yay!
I have to check in.
You can hear my snuffly, awful voice. I usually have a very high, squeaky voice, so I feel kind of husky now. I kind of like it.
Really.
Kind of sound like I'm a blues singer or something, but not really. Like I've been smoking my whole life. I haven't.
No, like yes, you're a baby, you just stuck a ciggy right in your
mouth. I don't know.
Ricky says it comes and goes, but freezes a bit.
Yeah.
On her end.
Okay.
Some people are getting more freezing than others. So.
Okay.
But that, that happens anyway.
That happens anyways. But yeah, if anybody's not working at all, just close it and open again, and that will probably work pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry if I sniffle at anybody. I'm just sniffly. I'm just taking a bit of that Titan buff and working in it and putting some very strong highlights on her cheeks. Because if she's like me, she's got kind of like a flat forehead and her cheeks stick out a lot in the front. So I'm making her cheeks a lot lighter colored than her forehead. And then I'll start doing some colors shortly. A painting like this that is like a character study of a face, I'm not really going to have a whole lot of stuff happening in the background probably. Because the background is only like, I don't know, it's like ½ inch, ¼ of an inch there. It's not a whole lot going on.
Jasmine?
Yeah.
We have to wish Nigel a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Nigel!
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday!
Yes.
Happy Wednesday birthday, Nigel! Yes!
Ooh, happy birthday for Wednesday.
Yay!
But not for Thursday.
Not for Thursday, no.
Not for Tuesday.
Not for Tuesday. Not an unbirthday.
Tuesday
It's a...
and Thursday are the breads of your birthday sandwich.
Yes, that makes sense. Yes. If your birthday is like the cheese, that would be it.
We're at 79 viewers.
Yay!
Which is pretty good.
I can't believe people made it here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, today's been such a mess. Yeah.
This is cobbled.
This is very good. I'm surprised it's working, yeah. I know there's a way you're supposed to do it from your iPhone, but I don't know how I'd, like, prop it up.
No, that would probably be not the best here.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Because even our phone, like our phone line, we don't get the best bars right here.
Yeah, and that's the problem with a lot of the newer houses in Florida, too. They are built with really thick concrete walls because... You know, a hurricane came through here. Not even a shingle was gone. Hurricane was crazy. This house did not move an inch. Our other house didn't either. Just like we lost one shingle on our older house, but that was
we
it.
got some water in
and
the
but that was because of rain, not because of flooding or anything. That was unrelated, and this was just perfect because the walls are like this thick. But that also means that if you have a Wi-Fi signal or a cell phone signal or iPad or whatever, it just dulls it. It's like being in a safe room sort of thing. It's weird.
Moobot's still entering people.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
I'm doing the raffle manually today.
Yeah, so as long as you are in the room, even if you're not being active, just be in the room and you will be counted. And Matt's doing the random number generator because Moobot is not keeping up with us, or we're not keeping up with Moobot, I think.
Something like that.
One of the
See,
other.
when I look at Moobot in the room says it has 100 million entries.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
0.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
yeah, something's not right.
So,
it's probably in between those two.
No, it's probably right. That many people probably did join.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Because we usually have about 200.
Oh, do we? Oh, okay. I don't
ever.
I can't actually see the TV screen.
But I have my random number generator open, and what I do is I look at the list of people in the room. You actually have to be in the room today.
Yeah.
That's different.
Usually you don't. You don't physically have to be typing anything. You just have to like be open and leave it on here, and we'll find you somehow.
And then I count. It's not too hard to count down. Like last time the number was 28. I count down and it was alphabetical, and it got me to Grizzly 69.
Oh, okay. And just do an alphabetical order. That's kind of what we do on.
It's pretty old school.
Sorry, if you do that on Patreon, we do that on there. And we do the random number generator up there. And that works pretty good. It's great. Ah, my nose is squeaky.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry, hopefully I didn't sneeze on you can't catch it.
You're a real person.
Kinda.
Well, I gave this to Jasmine.
Yeah, if you want to check, you can look at last week's Twitch, and Matt totally had a cold then, and I did not. And now I mysteriously have a cold.
I think the video and audio we are getting is a couple minutes. Chat room.
Probably.
That could be.
Yeah.
The reason being is because probably started and stopped, but chat did not stop.
Yeah, so the chat's probably not quite caught up. I don't know if it would be worth closing and reopening or no.
No, I don't.
You don't want to risk it. Okay.
The thing is,
yeah, if you're just joining us, we're doing this. The internet was turned off because they're working on our Comcast lines in Celebration, so we had to come to our shipping and storage unit here in Reunion, Florida, and we are using this location to broadcast from today.
When I called Comcast to see if there was an issue, it said It said,
what did they
please
say?
Note that an agent will not be able to help
you. Yeah, it's like, sorry, we're not able to help you with the issue. And that was the recorded message.
They said, get off the phone.
They're like the opposite of Disney as far as customer service goes. Opposite of me.
Doing it for how many days?
This is the 4th day in a row they had turned off the internet.
On a Sunday.
I didn't think they would either. I didn't think they would on Saturday, but they did. They only did it for 2 hours yesterday.
Okay.
Because it worked later, but
I don't even know what I was doing yesterday.
We were at Disney.
We
we were at Disney Springs. That's why you didn't notice. But yeah, it was off while we were gone. It was off when we left. That's how I didn't know what the event page was saying.
Pineapple Princess, you're in the room?
Oh, is she here?
Yes.
Because she won.
Yes.
Last weekend.
You won.
The fancy wine glasses.
Yeah, I'll tell her.
Yeah, okay. She might not be able to hear us talking. But yes, Pineapple Princess. Okay. Yes. If you like them, if you don't want them or you already have them, we can give them to somebody else. But those really cool silver-plated wine glasses that have my artwork on them, you don't have to use them for wine. You can use them for juice or water or whatever. And you won them last weekend. So if you would like them, you can email us at jasminetoad@aol.com. Again, Matt will type this in case you might not be able to hear me or understand me if you can hear me. But those will be... we can ship them to you as soon as you would like. And they are yours, and I'll sign them on the bottom. But yeah, if you don't want them or you already have them or want to give them to somebody else, let us know, and we'll give them away next time. Because Twitch does not let us know, like, your real name or your real address or your email address or anything like that. So we kind of have to get an email from you so we know where to mail them to. You know, I'm going to start working on, instead of having my cup of water, I've got this horrible, like, Tupperware here filled with water.
Coughing and sneezing.
I'm sorry.
Lagging.
At least you can't catch anything, like, via the internet, I don't think. Oh,
that might be how far it's behind.
Is it? Okay. Unless it was you just sneezed or coughed or something. I don't know either.
They must be a day for computer issues.
Yeah, it's Mercury in retrograde.
Shame on you for giving me pull to Jasmine. The chat is behind.
Oh shoot! Yeah, shouldn't we?
You
know, if I get up and like go to the bathroom and wash my hands, would it give it a second to catch up, or would that make?
No, it'll stay the same.
Ah, can you not pause the video or?
No.
Okay.
No, you can. One can pause it themselves.
Oh, okay.
But the chat is behind.
The chat is behind a couple of minutes. Okay. Well, if somebody says something to us, we'll just take that into consideration. It's not like a sports program. It's not really.
Pineapple Princess says, what? I was at a rock and mineral show, so I missed the program.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah,
that sounds awesome.
You must have entered somehow.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, she probably entered like early on and then went to a rock and mineral show. That's cool. I was going to say, in poor Sunshine, our kitty cat caught a cold for about half a day.
Yeah,
it wasn't
and it is
long.
possible for your cat to catch a cold.
Cats can catch a cold. That was the day that she was drooling a little bit too, and somebody's like, "Oh, you might want to check her teeth." And I was like, "No, I think her teeth are fine."
Yeah,
but
remember I was
and
sick
then after that, she was sneezing, and she was better like 24 hours later, but she was a little sniffly and snargly.
All our regulars plus a lot more are here.
Yay!
I mean, people are hanging out with us. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you guys. I would not have expected this.
Don't hold this against us. This is
we do our best, yeah. Well, it's kind of fun to do it in somewhere else. So, like you said, it's a different background, and we can show other stuff we have. We've got the lanyards too. We can show people this.
Yeah,
well, we've done it once. Like I said, we can make a list of. I'll show those in a minute, love. I'm just going to talk about that. I'm painting the whites of the eyes right now. I'm taking the same color I've used for the background color, and I put some Payne's Gray, which is kind of blue looking. It looks like a navy blue, like that. And I'm mixing that in with the kind of grayish brown that I'm using for the neutral background that I mixed in with the gesso. And I'm using that to do the whites of her eyes. I've got one of my tiny little wonderful brushes. This is actually one that Jackie gave me, if Jackie's watching.
Yay, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie. These are my SG595 Royal Size 0 brushes that are so hard to find now.
The way to an artist's art is through her brushes?
Yes, you give them paintbrushes that have been retired and are hard to find now. It's very specific. It's like, oh, not the 585s, the 595s, not the size 10, the size 0. Yeah.
There's a product I loyally use, and I think that I can't get without it, and I see that it's running low on stock.
It's like buying a printer cartridge or something, ink cartridge that is for a printer that doesn't exist anymore. It's like you want to buy all of them, or like Oh, like our balsamic drizzle that we like. That's the chili lime one, and you just can't. You can only buy it in Canada now. It's like
to Canada to get it. Isn't that?
That is awful.
So.
It is good. And it's chili lime balsamic drizzle. Don't give us those because it will probably be the wrong one. It's impossible to get now. I'm sad. Anyways, I'm putting a bit more of the Titan buff in there. So this might actually look darker than the rest of her face, but as you can probably tell from the over fluorescent lighting here, if the light is hitting something that's sticking out further, even if that's something like my cheeks, which are darker than my eyes, they'll look lighter because the light's hitting it more. So her eyes are going to look a little bit darker just because they're shadowed. And when I paint eyes like that, I want to make them look like a sphere, because your eye is a ball. It's a ball in a socket, and if I think about it being a sphere, the part that is like on either side of the iris are going to be the parts that are closer to the viewer and are going to be lighter in color. So I'm mixing that here. It's easy to pick her up because she's on a very little thing here. I don't know how good it's shown up on the TV screen. I can't really see
I wish I could see it.
Yeah, that's okay. Hopefully it's showing good. So yeah, that's okay. I just don't want to knock over this paint water because, again, this is where we like put all our shipping stuff in boxes and things. So I don't want to put paint all over everything. I'll probably end up doing so either way. But one thing I'm going to do is redraw her top lip a little bit, because once I started doing the underpainting of her mouth, her top lip started getting covered up a bit with the lighter color. I'm going to redraw that. And her face is kind of tilted at an angle, so when I am putting her mouth, I want to make sure, unless I want to make it look like she's kind of smirking, like one corner's going up that way or that way, I want to make it kind of going the same angle as her eyes, as her eyebrows, as her eyelashes, and I'll put a little hint of little nostrums under there, little nostrils on the underside of her nose. One over each of kind of like the top little cupid's bow of the top part of her mouth. And that will look like she's looking forward at us, but her head is just kind of on the side. I need some of that same color to go over her eyebrows there. And not really giving her a whole lot of an under eyelid. Again, part of it's because this is not a very large painting. If it was a painting that was like this big, her face would be 8 times as big. So I would probably go in and add little tear ducts and nictating membranes and things around her eye. But this is a relatively small painting and more of a character study than a finished piece. So I'm just going to
Somebody heard me say Rocket Mineral Show, and their geologist friends said, what?
Yes, that's well, my ears perked up when you said Rocket Mineral Show, and I was talking to some people earlier this week about rock tumbling and stuff online, and collecting fossils and stuff, and that's usually what you see behind me instead of picture frames. Usually you see a bunch of my weird fossils and stuff, but that's something I am very interested in. There's that really big rock and mineral show. Is it the one? It's
sorry, guys.
Is it Arizona or Colorado? I forget. There's a really big gem and mineral and fossil show that happens there. Gotten all confused now that a lot of people are getting the fossils from China, and before you couldn't export them from China, and you're still not supposed to, but they still pop up sometimes at the rock and mineral shows. I don't know if it's a politically sensitive issue or not. Well, it kind of is, because from Mongolia, they cannot export fossils from there. It's illegal, gotcha. So yeah. Oh, okay. But you see them pop up, and that's where a lot of neat fossils come from. So you're not really supposed to be able to buy them, but then you see them for sale, and it's like, oh, somebody bought these in England or Barcelona or something, and then they sent them over here, and it gets weird. But the thing is, with fossils and stuff like that, they're only going to be in the certain areas where that's where those animals lived at that time period. But what they don't want to do, which makes sense, is if you have really special things, they want to make sure that the museums and things in that local area should get the first dibs on those, really, instead of people just like exporting them to sell elsewhere. No, I feel like...
If you guys have any questions, Jasmine, just
Yeah, I don't. It might be a couple minutes delay by the time I answer it. But
Yeah.
who knows? I'm just happy it's working at all because, like I said, either way, I'm gonna be painting these little fellas. So, oh, she's looking very pretty. I've got like this horrible step ladder thing. I don't know if you can see it. It's where I've got my paint set on and things. Instead of having a table, it's. I don't know if you can see it. It's this big step ladder like you'd climb on. It's.
No, you can't see.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really even tell it's that much different, but it's a very different sort of room.
Box of bubble wrap.
Oh, bubble wrap, yeah. We use the heck out of bubble wrap, don't we?
We do.
I'm gonna take some more Titan Buff and start to make a lighter color in the bottom part of her iris here. So it's gonna, if I do go with something like silver or a lighter eye color, I'm going to put the lightest tone I can now, so when it gets buried by more layers of watered down glazes, it's going to really kind of pop. There's a little bit of that on the top part of her nose too. Again, since her nose is going to stick out, not by much, but a little bit further than her cheeks and the rest of her face, I want the nose to be a little bit lighter in color. I'll probably bust out my hairdryer in a minute or two and start, Because I'm getting my hairdryer?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had to bring my hairdryer, like, in a bucket from my other house to here. I did.
Yeah.
Damn. Gotta do something. Okay. Put that lighter color in her cheeks. And I'll show you. Again, this easel's kind of easier to grab things and show with the camera, so that may be better if it's working properly.
About a rodeo.
Oh, I don't know.
Rodeos?
I don't know about rodeos. Is that like German mineral shows, but there's rodeos? More horsies, or
is it like grammar rodeo?
I know grammar rodeo. Is it like the Math Olympics? No. I'm going to get my hairdryer. Did I plug in my hairdryer?
No.
I might not plugged it in yet. It's in my little bucket over here. I'll be right back. I was waiting for you to.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Here it is. Funny, it's not even my regular hair.
Listen, Cartersville, Georgia is Rockfest.
Ooh, that sounds cool. Where in Georgia?
Cartersville?
Cartersville, Georgia. I don't even know where that is. Is it by Atlanta? By Valdosta, it's not far.
There's a Tellus Museum though.
Tellus like T-E-L-U-S?
T-E-L-L-U-S.
L-L-U-S. Sorry, this is noisy. Yeah, this might look like my usual hairdryer, but it is not. It is the one from my big easel, which we also need to do a Twitch setup for, and we promise we will test it out before we show it to you. But I'll be working on the painting that I showed you guys with the big kind of stained glass window looking frame that Matt was showing you. That'll be one I'll be working on in the next few weeks, probably. That will be for my 2020 show at the Corey Halford Gallery. And that painting will be called Madonna of the Wasps.
The next one I'm working on actually has doors.
Oh, it's a opening, like a triptych that opens. Yeah. Yeah, I've done a few folding altarpieces.
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, right. They're just like it's like almost like a cabinet where you've got like artwork on the outside. It opens up and there's more artwork inside. And those are very much based off of like the old medieval sort of paintings.
We look at these things all the time. So.
Yeah, we do. We are museum junkies and we like looking at that stuff. I'm just kind of smoothing out. I'm taking a little bit of that Titan Buff and a little bit of that background color and smoothing out her forehead. My characters don't usually, sometimes they do, but they don't usually have a whole lot of a bridge on their nose. Because I don't have a big bridge on my nose, basically. So my characters are kind of an exaggerated version of that. That's okay. They're cute. They're still cute.
That's what makes them. Well, that's one of the things that makes them cute.
I mean, you know what's funny? If you look at small children, like if I look at my baby nieces and nephews and things, you don't really get a bridge on your nose till you're older usually. Sometimes you have a little button stuck on there and your eyes just kind of have a flat area in between. I have a very flat face, that's just how I am, but I kind of exaggerate that and it kind of tends to look more childlike, I think, in my characters. Some people say, oh, are they babies? I'm like, no, they just don't have a very big nose. Yeah. No, let's try it a second. I'm gonna wash this stuff off my hands and run the bathroom real quick. Right here, and sure. I will be right back. And then that should be dry and that might let the chat keep up, but it won't really help.
Bubble wrap around during colder weather.
Oh, that's a great use for it. Sure. Recycling.
You know, I have seen gosh, what did people used to, especially when we sent out the photo paper prints, they used to save the white cardboard that we'd use. They would do all sorts of really good things with it. Yeah, feel free if you get a lot of packages from, you can reuse those boxes. The tape is actually usually pretty easy to pull off of bubble wrap, so you can use that for anything. Yeah, I remember somebody did something great with, I can't remember what it was right now. At the time I remember it was very clever. They did something with that white board that we use those as a backing for our canvas prints. Outside of Mammoth Cave, beautiful rock shop. Yeah, I've been there. I think I have to ask Jasmine if Mammoth was the one at KOA years ago. I can't remember. Cool. Geodes are great. Lots of raw rubies and really cool. So when you have a raw ruby, you have to you cut them like diamonds to make the beautiful designs, or I guess you would have to take them to a jeweler, I suppose.
What cave are you talking about?
Huh?
You were talking about a cave?
Mammoth Cave. Is that the one that was by the KLA we stayed at years ago?
Oh, that
or is that
was Marble Cave, wasn't it?
What?
Marble Cave?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Mammoth Cave is the really big one.
Oh no, it's the one where they had the little lights that you...
a lot of caves. The invisible flag.
The invisible flag?
I think that was...
Did they have a flag? Like a little musical show?
What state is it in?
Oh, it was Tammy's talking about it. So she's a Missouri person.
She's also farm.
That's true. Yeah. Do we have any caves in Florida?
We have underwater caves.
Oh, that's creepy.
Is 3 people died in one instance.
Yeah, because if I see like a picture of Mammoth Cave, I'm gonna look here.
Mammoth Cave is in Kentucky, isn't it?
I'm trying to remember what cave we were near.
It's Marble Cave. I've been to a lot of caves.
Yeah, it's in Kentucky.
Yeah, that's we see adverts for it when we drive through.
Big. Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Like Marvel.
Casket Caverns?
Yeah,
that wasn't bad.
No.
Remember Onondaga Cave? Merrimack Cavern.
Merrimack Cavern. That's what we went to. Yeah. That was at Cousin Camp. Yeah.
Merrimack Cavern.
Oh, yes, that was at Cousin Camp, which is an annual thing we do with my very, very large, confusing extended family. Hey. She is turning out pretty cute here. So I think that is more or less dry. So I'm going to start adding some color onto her. I've got my water here. It's a little murky, but I can use it.
the ring has a real ruby in it. Is that a joke? Like a riddle.
I was going to say, is a Sphinx asking it, or is it...
My girlfriend tries to drag me into caves, and I'm just, nope.
Oh. You know, there's always
horror movies. I know that goes. Oh,
The Descent.
The Descent.
Ooh, that's a
really
good. The Descent.
That's a good movie.
Descent. That's a very good movie. Actually, does that take place in Kentucky, or where's that take place?
It takes place somewhere in America.
Somewhere in the middle part of America.
But they go down.
It's an Australian movie, but yeah, a lot of caves are like that. Yeah. You don't know it until you go in them, but. Oh gosh, I watched that show that was about all the caves underneath the Yucatan Peninsula. It was a documentary. It was about the underwater caves. And underwater caves are scary because you run out of oxygen and you've got to be scuba diving. And
we have some cave fans.
Yeah, I love going to caves. We went to the
except for Manda Rabbit.
Oh, what's the one we went to that it was in Vietnam? What was the name of it? With the cave bear. Cave Tiger.
Cave Tiger?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but it was beautiful. And
it was lovely. It was called Dragon something.
Yeah.
Everything's called Dragon something, but yeah, it's in Halong Bay.
Halong Bay.
Yeah.
I use your pin envelopes to send my trading pins to the U.S.
Oh, that's great.
That's cool.
No, I'm always happy when people use any sort of packaging that we send out and use them for, recycle them, use them for something else that's useful. That's always good. Oh no, I'm almost out of connected on magenta, and this is the only one I have here.
Do you need that to put on the list?
No. I have plenty at my regular house, but not this one. Now I've just got to open up the tube here and squirt it out. That's okay. And I'll get some Hansa Yellow Medium. I just kind of grabbed an assortment of my paints and brought them with me. Hansa Yellow Medium. I'm gonna mix some white with us too. I've got, which one? Titanium white I grabbed. That's usually the one I use. I've tried the zinc white, but I don't like that as well.
I don't know.
Titanium white's pretty good. They look different. One of them is kind of more chalky looking, and the other one's kind of more shiny looking when I use it. Hard to sniff at ya. Let's see. Some magenta.
Well, it's 4:50, guys. About 10 minutes.
Oh shit!
Then we're gonna give
away. That was fast. What's the next one? Is it the Tiana Journal?
Tiana
Journal. I'll show it real quick. And you can buy these online too from Disney through the shopping service. And this is Tiana. And we just bought this last night at Disney World because I was doing my
random number generator. Yeah. We have 85 people in the room.
Oh wow! Thank you guys for sticking with us with this weird broadcast.
Saved this a little bit.
I hope so. Yeah, we got good prizes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would have been better prepared if I knew this was going to happen, but we could always say that, couldn't we?
Yeah, we always could be better prepared. And again, I apologize for sounding funny. I've just got a horrible cold.
I apologize to Jasmine for not having it set up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, there's Naveen. He's cute. Lovely little froggy. But yeah, you can get these from Disney World, from Disneyland, or from the shopping service, your WDW store. And we'll be giving away one to somebody today. And I'll sign it for you too. Like on the outside, I won't like write in your journal. That would be weird. Oh, did we show people how the painting turned out? Absinthe Reflections. We haven't showed them, eh? I don't think.
No.
Okay.
Oh
yeah, I will. Those of you, I didn't bring the original because I just brought it over here. But Absinthe Reflections, the painting I had been working on. Maybe I'll show it up here. I don't know if that's better. It's all finished. If you look back at like the last, I don't know, 5 Twitch sessions, this is just a printout of her, obviously, but she's all done and she turned out lovely. And she's got a really cool frame, and she is in Kansas City now, and she will be at the Spectrum Fantastic Art Live show / Planet Comic Con, and the original painting will be there. I think she is already sold, but you can come look at her, and we'll have prints of her. And we'll have prints of her up at streamswing.com too. And here is the fancy, scanned in on the computer and cleaned up version by the factory of the pin design I worked on last time for Girl with the Pearl Earring. And she will be the April pin of the month. And we ended up getting, I talked to a jewelry company that is making a special little kind of pearlescent sort of bead that will be the same size of the earring that is in the pin design. So that should be a very unique pin. I have to use 2 different factories, one to make the mold and one to make the jewelry part. So the pins in April might be out a little bit later than usual because it's going to take a couple extra weeks to get the little earrings and glue them onto each of the pins. We're actually setting the metal we're using. We're going to use a nickel alloy instead of the zinc that we usually use with iron. So it's going to take a little bit longer to stick the actual earrings in there, but that will be a super cool pin, and that will be the one that everybody who's a patron will get those. A Patreon pin collector will get those for the April pin of the month, and we'll have them up on strangeling.com too. But it might be later in the month than usual. Usually we send them out like on the 10th or whatever. But it might be more like the 17th or something of next month. Maybe a little bit. It depends how long. We might get it early. Depends if we're in town, etc. But we will have little pins of her with her pearl earring. I want to do something special with her because I didn't want to just make that. When you're doing enamel pins, it's like, well, do you want to make that white? Do you want to make it pink? Do you want to make it flesh tone? That'd be kind of weird. Don't want it to look like it's a weird growth on her cheek or something, but I want it to look like it's a pearl earring, so we actually had little tiny pearl earrings made for the pins.
87 people.
Oh, wow. All right. I'm taking yellow and vat orange, which I think looks like fire engine red, but it's called vat orange for some reason, even though it's red. And I'm mixing that with quinacridone magenta.
What does vat refer to, sweetie? Like a vat?
VAT, you know, I think it's a short name for some sort of Latin name for the actual pigment that's in there, the mineral pigment, but I really don't know. It might mean it's a vat, like a big cauldron. I don't really know what it's from. Usually I know, like Titan Buff, I know that's from titanium, or idoxazine is from doxazine, that sort of thing, and quinacridone is quinacridone, but I don't know that vat. Maybe somebody else, I think it means sales tax, but it doesn't really. It says it's Perione orange, Perione orange. I don't know. But it looks red to me, but I use it for red. I've tried different orange paints, but I like vat orange. It is super red. And if I want it to look more orange, I mix it with yellow. I'm taking a little bit of that with the, this is a brush I don't usually use. It's just one that was like stuck in my old easel, travel easel here. And it's actually pretty good. It's kind of a feathery sort of soft end brush. It's another Royal Langnickel one that is golden Taklon sort of bristles on it. And I'm just gonna kind of act like I'm putting makeup on her now. Like I'm putting blush on.
You guys can join the MooBot raffle if you want, but I'm doing it manually.
Yeah, we are. Since MooBot isn't cooperating today, we're just, as long as you're in the room, you'll be entered. Yep.
Yeah, you just have to be in the room today. That's the only difference.
You don't have to be physically typing. Just be in the room, and you will be included. We're using our backup generator here. So I'm just kind of softly going over the edges of mostly where the different colors are, like where her hair is touching her skin, where her hair is touching her forehead. And I'm very much treating it like you would do with eyeshadow or blush on, and just kind of smudging it around.
Blush on?
Blush on, Maddie. That's what you call it. That's what they call it, yeah. It might look very highly pigmented when I'm doing this, but I can always go on top of it with the underlayment color, and that will kind of neutral it out. Sorry, I don't mean to sniff at you.
Everyone says beautiful, she's badass, lovely.
Aww. I'm using a bit of that pigment to go on the inside of her eyelids and kind of like in the middle of where her tear ducts are. Again, I'm not putting a whole lot of detail. It's not going to be a super hyper realistic, like, oh, there's a castle and there's a palm tree and her reflection of her iris and that sort of thing. It's going to be a little bit more subdued, but I want it to look as if somebody who is about that size, what you would look like if you saw her face. Snuffle. In fact, on this side, I think it looks a little bit too pink. I don't know how it shows on the computer, but I'm going to take a little bit of the Titan Buff and it's already dry at this point, so when I'm smudging this around, I'm not really blending. I'm kind of putting a layer on top of an existing layer. I don't even bother trying to keep these paints wet when they're actually on the panel. You know, she's getting to a point that most of our
People are saying
underpainting
they're
is
so lucky they can
done.
wait.
Aw,
You guys are sweet.
you guys are very sweet. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm kind of amazed we're actually on Twitch. I thought today would be like it just wouldn't work at
We're
all.
all
So
grumpy and
yeah, I know we're all sick and everything, but it's okay.
just a couple minutes, and I'll.
Oh yes, and somebody will have a Tiana journal.
I'll double check the bots for giggles. And see if it's working.
See if it's it is working.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, now you can see how I've put the light of the Titan buff on top, and I've kind of smudged that into it. Again, it's on top of it. I'm not trying to blend it with the colors that are on there because they're already dry. And I'm putting a layer on top, layer on top, layer on top, and that kind of makes a gradient sort of fade from the very light color to the very highly pigmented pinky color. Now, I don't know if I've showed you the other ones. I brought 3 little paintings I was working on. And what I'm going to do is try to get another one of these. Again, I'm trying to get these done in time for next weekend at Planet Comic-Con / Spectrum Fantastic Live at Kansas City at Bartle Hall from March 29th through 31st. I'll be there from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. each day to sign things, but my booth will be there all day, every day. So
89 viewers.
Yay! So I've got another one I've kind of sketched out. I'd like to get her to the same point that this one is, like doing some more underpainting.
Just
oh, is that working okay? I
Mhm.
don't know what's working, man.
I don't understand all
It's,
those.
I'll sit here and talk. I don't know if people can hear me. That's fine. I do this anyways.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, people can hear me?
No, I
Okay.
think everyone can hear us.
That's
I think
fine.
we're fine. I was just looking and seeing.
Okay.
Look like 90 viewers. Wow.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
I'm starting to feel bad. I'm like,
well, we want to provide.
Yeah.
We want to provide
I'm
you with quality
trying to give you
programming,
quality programming.
no,
But
I
yeah,
guess people are gonna
if
come no
anybody
matter
is
what.
just joining us, yeah, we have gone from
you
our
guys are
regular house. Our internet was turned off today, so we came to basically the outbuilding of where our shipping center is here, about 20 minutes from my house, and we are broadcasting from here. That's why I see a bunch of boxes and frames in the background. I've never painted here before.
Right, I am going to draw my random number.
Oh, and this is for the Tiana journal.
Tiana journal, yeah. I got my random number and I need it.
Okay. Tiana journal. Somebody's gonna get a Tiana journal. It's also kind of a cool way to get like 2 prints if you want to chop up the journal, but it's a good journal too. It's got lined pages and it's got kind of neat backgrounds and stuff. And these are available from Disneyland in California and Disney World in Florida, the Wonderground Galleries. They have them in Disney World. They have them at like the theme parks, like Magic Kingdom, etc. Let's see. Oh no!
H116.
Here, H116. Sorry, I've got a bit of a paint emergency here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You can keep talking. I just.
Sarah H116.
You don't have to do anything, honey. I'm just showing people why I'm leaving because I got.
Oh, okay. I thought you.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I'm just
Gotcha.
saying that's why I'm suddenly
well,
leaving.
this will give me a chance. I'll just
Yeah, my table is not big enough to.
I'm sorry,
sweetie.
Okay.
Kind of
Congratulations, Tara. It's pretty. On a journal.
Yes.
I'm writing this as I go. Like.
Hey, at least there's a thing right here.
Yeah. Sarah 116 again. 1. Not me. Yeah, people are saying their chat is a few minutes behind.
Okay.
I don't think I think everyone would have to leave the room.
Oh.
And we would have to start over, and like the whole process would have to start over again.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to.
Shoot.
No, I didn't. You have any paper towels? Okay. Okay, good.
What do you do usually?
I usually have a bunch of paper towels, or those one. Those
Don't
towels.
have any.
No, not right now. Is what? Yeah, Tara, if you see your message there, give us send us an email to that address, and we will get your awesome Tiana journal sent out. They're very nice. They have a really good texture on the outside.
Yeah,
I love
they
that
do.
texture.
It's actually pretty good for me to sign too. Hey, not so much paint on my arm. I'm still a decent amount of paint on my arm, but not so much. Okay, so I've got this other painting. Oh, yay! Thank you for staying with us, Tara.
I like it when everybody says it. I don't have to hunt them down.
Oh yeah, it's like we don't have to guess what their Twitter name is or something, and we don't have to try to bother you at work or anything.
If I know you,
yeah,
you
we might not.
Email.
We don't know.
If you just assume that I'm.
They say, "Hey, I'm Butterfly Kitty." Maybe 5 people we know are Butterfly Kitty. You know, it's just if that's actually your name. I'm not picking on you.
Yes,
I'm just picking something random.
I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I
mean, we have family members up here, and we don't always know.
I know who these people are, but you need to send me that email.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, basically. Oh, this is one that I kind of drew out, actually, golly, maybe like about a year ago when I was doing different studies for ones, and I think I ended up doing a face as a fairy that kind of looked like this. Oh no. Oh, one of my paintbrushes, the top came off. Okay, it's kind of like not on there anymore.
Is there any way I can help?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't trouble yourself, sir, but yeah. Oh, scheiße. Yeah. I'm
sorry.
See if I can get the outside of it off. Sorry, guys. There's a helpful blue jay in the yard. He'd probably help me, but
have to be one of those helpful blue jays.
Yeah, I've never met one, but usually they just yell and eat all the birdseed. Okay. Well,
blue jays are cool.
I like blue jays. They're one of my favorite birdies, actually. We have quite a few of them that live in our usual yard, and they are they've been there quite a bit over the past week, haven't they? We saw 3 of them yesterday. We saw
3 at once, which is rare.
Which is unusual.
Never see them.
Yeah.
I used to see them on a walk.
Yeah, we'd see them like in the park
that line the streets.
Yeah, like the park across from us. We'd see them there, like down in downtown Celebration. We'd see them there, but we didn't usually see them in the like neighborhood kind of residential areas. But we've gotten a few of them in our yard. But to be fair, we have been buying a type of food that was called songbird selections or what's it called? I don't know what it's called.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Are blue jays considered songbirds?
Yeah. I don't know why. They lump them in with cardinals. I think they just kind of look the same, but one's twice as big and looks like a pterodactyl and the other one doesn't. But yeah, blue jays are fierce little critters. They're, I don't know. We used to have a kitty cat, and they'd that lived outside when I was a little girl about 30 years ago, and they would like dive bomb him when he was eating his food. They were kind of mean to him. I like blue jays, though. I think they're very territorial.
We're like living in 2 worlds where audio is one place and video is
okay,
another.
So we are saying it before people know things. So we could talk about, like, if something exciting happened and people wouldn't know until 2 minutes later. We could, like, make up lottery numbers. Yeah, oh, they don't even know about my penis.
No, I don't think that, because I haven't seen...
Oh, so my current self should not be embarrassed yet. Okay, that's good to know.
It's like you're from the future.
I know, right?
We're Time Lords.
But yeah, technically, yeah.
I'll say, have you guys seen the painting accident yet?
Oh. So is that only for the chat room, or is it for me talking? They hear me talk when I'm broadcasting?
Your audio and video are the same. The chat and the...
Okay, so if I say, hey, I'm putting Titan Buff on here, they would know that. So. It's not like 2 minutes later and I'm putting, like, red on there or something.
The chat is what's goofy.
Okay.
Because usually it's 20 seconds, or, like, maybe 20 seconds, or 10 seconds, or 7 seconds. Or
oh, okay.
But now it's, like, a few...
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So people are liking the
okay, but when I talk, though, it's, shows up when I'm broadcasting, when I'm painting? Okay, that's fine. Well, I just don't want to be like, hey, I'm adding some green and I'm putting purple on there or something like that.
It's not a big... If someone were just watching it and not chatting, they would know the difference.
Okay.
If they're chatting,
and to be fair, nothing against the people watching us now, but most of the views are going to be like in the next 2 years, like after it's recorded, if
Oh, this
if
one?
we archive it. Oh no. Or after you get murdered. I was gonna say, it sounds very kind of forensic filesy, but I don't know.
Copyright.
Nah.
A real thing.
Hey, that would actually be a good kind of angle in a forensic files. It's like, hey, it was live, but it was lagged by 3 minutes, and he was actually dead by then.
Nope. Now people just saw the painting accident just now.
Oh, okay.
So that's
sorry.
where we're at.
Okay. Yeah.
Or was it painting accident?
Oh, it was a painting. It wasn't a painting accident. For those who don't know, my little desk area is about 4 inches wide, and I've got these plastic plates I use, and they're about 9 inches wide, so it is going to tip over. It probably will happen again.
So what I'll do for the next 2 drawings, I will type that stuff into.
Okay,
I'll
please
say,
do.
hey guys,
yeah.
I'm about to draw.
Have you contacted both the people in the first 2?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so they're all set.
To me back.
And they're all set.
An
Okay,
email.
excellent. Oh, that's okay. That's good. That they know at least. This will be a monarch butterfly here. We were talking about monarch butterflies earlier because when we were in California, they weren't monarchs, but we saw a whole bunch of the painted lady butterflies.
Yes.
Which apparently it's like there was thousands of them that are not usually there. It's like one of those things where it just kind of has a whole bunch of butterflies, and they were coming through that part of the outer part of Los Angeles, where like in Malibu and north of Malibu, and we saw so many painted ladies. The butterflies, not the ladies.
Oh, we saw painted ladies.
There's painted ladies also. That's also too. And talking about
laughing.
California, that's what you call the Victorian houses in San Francisco.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the painted ladies.
They are also called painted ladies.
Yes. And ladies of the evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are?
No. Ladies of the evening are called painted ladies sometimes.
Yes.
In old 1800s things, yes.
But we appreciate them, and we honor their tradition, the oldest the oldest job.
The oldest tradition. Yeah, I think so.
The oldest profession.
Yeah. But yes, that's nothing to do with the butterflies, so. Actually, a lot of the painted lady butterflies are actually male. Yeah, people aren't going to chastise us for like 2 minutes, right? Because we're on a delay.
They might. I don't know.
No, I'm kind of joking. But no, we walked by the Adamson house in Malibu, and the butterflies were everywhere. And they do plant a lot of plants out there that I think are meant to attract the butterflies. But it's just that time of year where all the butterflies come out, and it was lovely. Oh, gosh. I don't know if it's the time of year where also everybody catches a cold or gets allergies. I don't think I really have allergies, but... Although we were talking about oak allergies, and when I was a very little girl, I had an allergy test done, and the only things I was allergic to was mold and oak and erythromycin, which is like a kind of like a fake some other sort of medicine that everybody else would get. But and all of our oak trees are kind of throwing off pollen right now. Yeah. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I think it's probably cold because Matt had it too. From California last week. Oh my gosh, our van was like, it looked like it was haunted or something. It was like
through the car wash.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Oh, I missed out on that. Did it make the rainbow color soap?
No, because I did the quick one. I just wanted to get the stuff off.
The rainbow soap is cool.
Yeah, okay. Rainbow soap. But I like you to come.
Yeah, it's kind of
listen to a song.
A little date. You go to the car wash and see the rainbow soap, and my life is very small.
So we're assuming that our next broadcast will be 2 weeks from today.
I think so. Yeah, I wasn't able to put up a new graphic because I wasn't on my computer that I usually am. Because our internet is down. Thank you, Comcast.
Our internet at our
regular house
should be, according to the stupid
Comcast. Yes.
I guess I could call them.
You can't. They said if you call them, an agent will not help you. No, How is that for customer service?
This number, they wouldn't recognize it.
They wouldn't know it's you. Yeah.
They're jerks. They said it would be ready between this and...
Yeah, but it's been 4 days in a row the internet's gone down. I mean, it's kind of what they do. We give them a lot of money every month.
This is just turn into a long B session. about Comcast.
Like a B-side? I don't know what I mean.
Family friendly B session.
Oh, I thought you mean like a B-side,
Oh,
like
which
with a. I get what you're saying. I thought you meant like a single. How there's a B-side. And
No,
I didn't.
I wasn't being
I'm
that clever.
sorry. You're not.
It's
Yeah.
probably the only way for me to get.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what? That's not a bad idea to like stay in Jasmine's.
Yeah. Hey, especially if it's like a. Let's say it's one that well, usually we don't do originals on Twitch, but we do them on Patreon, and it's like, hey, if you're the one that's up there, you might win it. It's way better than the lottery as far as like odds go. We were talking about that on the drive over here about the odds of actually winning the lottery, and they are not great.
Yeah, I had a ticket in my pocket and I haven't checked it.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't think we won. If I did win, I don't know if I'd tell anybody. I don't know. That'd be weird. I won when I was
gotten so many emails that said, if I win the lottery, I'll commission you to do something.
Yeah,
you know?
well, to be fair, we've had a couple of lottery winners actually have made paint stuff, so I won't mention names, but yeah, that's happened twice now, so that is a thing.
Yeah, it has.
It's happened twice.
But one won the lottery, and that person's also an artist.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think.
Yeah, they've got.
That was a while back.
I'm not going to talk about them.
Yeah.
I probably know who they are. So, yeah.
I know who they are.
Well, we know who you are. Yeah. But no, that is the thing. I would like to win the lottery. I'd like to have a reliable internet source that I could rely on, and I think it involves winning the lottery.
If we won the lottery, I think it would just up the things we
I don't. It's not like I would stop doing. I don't think my life would change all that much. I'd probably give to a lot more animal charities or something. But
yeah, the thing is, you have to be aware of that a little bit, because many people watch the shows where people win the lottery often are hit up.
Like a documentary show thing?
They're hit up by churches and charities and everything. And those are the same people in the end up back where they were financially.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, they won the lottery, and then like 6 months later they're bankrupt.
It's usually 2 years.
Or whatever it is. Probably however long it is for your credit card company to catch up with you. But
yeah.
But no, I'd like to win the lottery. Yeah, it's not like I would just stop doing my job. I mean, if I had to work that weekend, I'd still work that weekend. I don't think it would.
Well, you love painting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If I was retired, I'd probably do this anyways. Or like when we're broadcasting, I'm like, I don't know if this is working, but I'm going to be painting anyways, so. Although I'm a little sniffly.
Oh yeah, Jasmine and I love any sort of little flying. I like flying things.
What flying things are you talking about?
Butterflies?
Oh yeah.
People are talking about monarchs.
Oh yeah.
And we're talking about painting ladies, and we talk about birds a lot. We like things that fly.
I do, yeah. Well, I paint a lot of fairies and things too. I mean, those are things that fly.
Yeah. Birdie wings. Or moths. The only thing about moths, it's seemingly, it kind of seems not as bright. Is it like, do things like fly right in my ear?
Yeah, or we're talking about hummingbird moths. It looks like you see a hummingbird that something's wrong with it, and it's kind of dumb and keeps bonking his head in the wall or something, and they're hummingbird moths. And they look like hummingbirds, but they are moths.
Amanda Rabbit says, you and Jasmine need to go to northern Michigan. You really want us in Michigan, don't you?
That's
the original Mackinac Island butterfly house in Insect World. It's small, but so personal, and the butterflies land on you and are so pretty. I like Mariposiums. I
do too. I like places where whenever you have butterflies that you have, like a little, not a museum, but like a little atrium where you have little butterflies at, and I like seeing them.
The first one I really ever went to was West.
Yes.
The largest one I've ever been to is in Mexico.
Yeah. That's correct. That's Epcot. They make a little one at Disney. Probably. I haven't been there yet. I went to Epcot a lot when it was the International Festival of the Arts, but
they sounded crunchy.
Doggies, yeah, doggies will eat things. Yeah, well, you're talking about Ginkgo, how she eats flies. Doggies don't know. Yeah. Doggies don't know what's endangered and what's not.
Yeah. One of the funniest things how they go.
That's because there's lots of flies and you don't care about them, and they're not pretty little magic butterfly things like a monarch.
Well, flies are awful.
Yeah,
flies little yucky maggots. But they're good if you have like a horrible gangrenous infection.
Oh yeah, they use them at my stepmother is a nurse, and she says they actually use them, yes, to eat all the dead tissue. They'll put maggots on it. But that's kind of an example of humans thinking something is gross just internally, because people like caterpillars. They're cute. They're going to turn into butterflies. And that's basically what a maggot is to a fly. That's like the caterpillar version of it. But you see maggot and it's gross, and you see a caterpillar and it's adorable. So, and they look like a little teddy bear and you think it's cute, but they're really kind of the same thing. But they don't really hurt people. So I think it's just something that's grown into us or evolved into us or whatever.
That Nintendo guy says, "Hi everybody," and shame.
Oh, yes. I'm hoping everybody's sending mean emails to Comcast. Don't, but do.
Ren Girl's moving off to Indiana. They said they're not sure when we'll see another podcast.
Oh, yeah, I think they talked to me on, I'm sorry if this one is not very good. But, yeah, once you get settled, and it might take you a little while sometimes to get your internet set up again. So once you get there and...
Besides the pretty artwork, I mean, the quality of this, it's like... If you asked for something that you really wanted at a restaurant, like oatmeal or something,
and they were out of
oatmeal,
yeah, and it has happened, like this morning. Okay, sorry.
No, but then they brought you something else.
Yeah,
this today you're getting
that
something
is
else.
Today, and is that not what your horoscope told you?
It did.
It did.
And it said not. It said
not to worry about it. It's your horoscope said that I should be nice to Maddie.
Be nice to me.
He threw things at me. Can you see that? This is documented. He threw something at me.
Let me see.
My gosh. It's probably going to show up like 2 minutes later, and then they'll be like, Jasmine was alive until whatever o'clock. What is this even?
I peeled it off the...
Ew, it's nasty masking tape.
I need to
It's probably covered with grub.
I need to tape the... masking tape on.
You probably do now. I've probably gotten paint all over it too. I know this is usually a perfect area where we pack things up.
You can feel free to mess up this surface because it's due.
It's
we're about to redo it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are you? Okay.
Yeah. Well, look, I have this.
How often do you do it?
Probably about every 6 months.
This is something that Matt and Sarah do that has nothing to do with me. But
yeah. I've got a big honk and roll around it some. But
Of the masking tape or of the craft paper?
Both.
Okay.
No, I have a big old craft paper. It's actually the width of the table, cleverly enough.
Wow, the whole table or the half table?
The half table.
Okay. So I don't think they make craft paper.
We run two rules. You can see Sarah's getting sick of taping up her area from when she makes a cut there. So we're just gonna redo it.
Okay.
I don't know, every 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Wasn't that interesting, guys?
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Gosh.
I'm
telling you, this place is just fun.
Oh.
We come up here and just have a blast.
Don't we though, man?
Yeah.
It's like, does the hot water work? I don't know. Let's see if it works.
Well, the thing is...
Well, I wanted to make a Theraflu. I'll probably make one in a little bit, but... I know.
Do you want me to make you one?
We have our electric kettle.
Are you due for one?
Yeah, I think so. Just put some hot water. They can hear me talk, right?
I could get used to this watching Jasmine paint from the beach. We should do a Twitch stream build trip.
I agree. Hey, if we can do it from here in my horrible storage unit thing, we can do it from anywhere. So get used to this because we might.
What I'd like to do, I wouldn't mind doing it here again.
Yeah.
If you want to, but
this is fine. If I knew more than 40 minutes ahead of time, I'd probably have a lot better. But yeah,
that wasn't fair to anyone.
Again, blame Comcast. I need a pin that says that. Blame Comcast. And I've had multiple problems with them on a personal level, so I don't feel bad saying it. This one here was when I was, I started sketching a monarch butterfly, and I was going to put a face behind it. I've done a few paintings that are like that, usually smaller paintings, because I haven't done really like a full-size version of that, but it's kind of an idea I have in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a butterfly in front of somebody's face, but I want you to be able to see the face through it. So I'll put
You want a green
guys.
tea?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I do is I make them up in these and then I shake it.
Oh, okay.
Is that cool? I have a funnel.
The protein ones. Yeah, that sounds
That's not protein.
Or the green drink.
Yeah.
Superfoods one.
Superfoods.
That sounds good. Yeah. Sorry.
That'll help you get better.
I mean to interact. Yeah. But I have an idea for a larger painting, but I've done this a few times, and I've sometimes done a butterfly in front of an eye, but I want the eye to be shown through, or I do it in front of the mouth, and I don't look like it's covering her mouth. So I've done probably 3 or 4 smaller paintings, either tiny treasures or the little mini paintings I sometimes do for events. I'm sorry if you can hear the electric kettle steaming at you, but I need hot tea sometimes, especially when my nose is all stuffy. So I'm working on her, and I'm wanting to make this probably a monarch butterfly, but I'm not sure what color I want to do. So since I'm still kind of got the palette of doing grays and browns and kind of off-whites and things like that, I'm going to start working on her. She's a lighter color in this one. This might be because maybe she's in the direct sunlight. So if I do make it a monarch, I'll make the yellow like a super, super, super bright yellow. I'll probably take like titanium white and put that on there first, and then put tons of yellow on top of the white, and that will make it really kind of glow. That's not a nighttime Theraflu, right?
No, it's not.
It's a daytime Theraflu. Okay.
And I got it.
I don't like taking a lot of medicine, so Theraflu is like my go-to cold medicine. They don't give me money or anything.
It's a pretty good one.
They're pretty good. The nighttime one will make you sleepy though, but I like it because it's a tea. I don't like taking tablets, so if it's a tea, it's like I'll drink it.
Yeah, they have similar things like that
in England.
UK.
No, they've got a lot of them. They've got like, what's the one that you always drive by on the way from the airport? Not Lemsip? Is that it?
Lemsip, yeah.
Lemsip, yeah. You go by the old Lemsip factory when you come like by Heathrow and go to London. I'm going to take some white and put that on the lighter areas of the butterfly wings here. So when I do put the colors on it, you'll see the white showing through. And that will make it look super, super, super light.
I'm going to set it here.
Thank you, baby. What's the mug say? Is it from... What is this?
Where the hell did you get it?
Component hardware. It's a CHG.
Corey Helper Gallery?
It's not Corey Helper Gallery, though. It's something else. It's a hardware company or something. CHGUSA.com. Component hardware. Oh, I think it's from Bell. Like from the Santa Garden.
Did you get it in this room?
Huh?
Did you get it from this room?
I grabbed it from Celebration when I brought it over. Yeah.
There's
Is that my green drink? Thank you.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. If that looks like swamp juice, guys.
It's not swamp juice.
It's just,
do you have the container? I'll show it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hard organics.
People who like to drink their food instead of eat it. It's a good one. But yeah, it looks like she's going to be Corey Helfer Gallery. Totally. What is this stuff? It's called Smart Greens. Good for you. All your veggies for the day in 1 cup. And I mean, I eat a lot of vegetables already, so
I drink
I drink these all day long. Yeah, often when I'm painting for a long time and I don't have time to like get up and cook, I just mix one of these of water. I promise you, they don't give me money. I don't even know who owns them. But
Pineapple Princess says, "I hope Jasmine can get rest." The show. Kitten says, "Loving the Monarch." You don't. I can't even see what you're working on. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing that one with the monarchs. Remember we were talking about the painted ladies and how they're different than monarchs.
Out of moths and butterflies, I prefer moths, especially the death's head moths. Yeah, I assume that
usually I have one right behind
Luna
me,
moth
but
is beautiful, as you know.
Yeah.
Did you go to Epcot Farm Garden Show? They have a.
I haven't yet. I haven't yet this year, but I've been to it in previous
probably
years.
Heard that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have been there in previous years, but I haven't been there yet this year because we've been in California until fairly recently. But and then we're headed off to Kansas City, so I'm gonna get some more white paint. Yeah, it has a vegan peach flavor in it that is allegedly added that is quite tasty, but. I'm gonna put some more little white stripes on there. Gosh darn it, I wish this table was like 4 inches longer because I'm gonna have another painting accident, I can already tell. Well, I wasn't quite the sniffly last night, but Hopefully I didn't pass along my cold to everybody at Disney World. Oh, patient zero of that.
For 70, 68 years.
Yay!
So, thanks for staying with us.
Thank you so much. I know it's kind of a weird episode, but it is weird. But otherwise we wouldn't be able to do it until like after we get back from Kansas City, so it'd be over a week, and I didn't want to.
What we'll do is we'll make it so if
we have to do it from this house,
if we have to do it from this house, we'll be ready for it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I wouldn't. I mean, would it be a stretch to have duplicate cameras ready, like in a tub? Just like
I don't know. We talked about doing that with Kansas and with London too. So I don't know. It depends.
Tigger wants to know when they said they were brokenhearted that they didn't.
Oh shoot! Yeah, we didn't see them last night, did we? April 20th.
Yeah.
We'll be there, and they'll be at Wonderground again, and I will be doing something at Pop Gallery fairly soon. I know I need to talk to them still and figure out when my next date is at Pop Gallery.
Not to so many shows, Tigger. Don't feel bad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Thank you for your support.
But,
you don't have to feel.
No, unless you're dismissing me, but don't feel bad on my account. We were quite busy.
I had on my shirt last night. Got a lot of
attention. Oh yes.
I had on
You're not still wearing it, are you? No, you got Star Wars one. I don't know with you.
I'm only like that when I'm really busy. If I'm wearing the same shirt the next day.
Because you haven't been really busy lately.
Really busy,
okay.
So
all right.
I wasn't really. No, actually, between yesterday night and morning, I wasn't as busy as I typically am.
That's probably true. Yeah.
No, but then it starts all over on Monday usually.
Yeah.
So we have to do hustle. And then get on over to Kansas City.
Yeah, we do. We do. And we have done a broadcast from Kansas City before, but we won't be next weekend because we will be at Planet Comic Con / Spectrum Fantastic Art Live at Bartle Hall in Kansas City, Missouri from March 29th through the Butterfly Pavilion. No, the Spectrum Fantastic Art Live Pavilion.
Cute little monitor there.
Oh, I will. This beautiful butterfly will be there, assuming I finish her. I hope so. I hope I finish her. I'm sure I will.
So the people in the room right now are extra special.
Yes, they are.
They're sticking with us.
They want to see what our awful storage unit looks like.
This isn't an awful storage unit.
No, it's actually quite nice. I was joking earlier.
Every day.
I know that. I was kind of joking that this is kind of nicer than my house I usually live in.
Yeah.
This is pretty good, actually.
Well, honestly, it doesn't have cats.
It's a pool. It doesn't have cats in it. Yeah.
I love them so
but
much.
We can't. I love our babies. They're awful kitties.
Monsters.
Well, our kitties in particular are very awful. Cats in general aren't necessarily, but yeah, the kitties are like that. But our cats in particular are very bad. Walter is not like that.
For those of you who are...
Some of you, our California people, might know our friends Michael and Sarah Banks.
Yes.
Sugarfield.
They have a beautiful cat named Walter.
Wonderful what is he, a Rex cat or a Sphinx cat? Is he Sphinx or a Rex?
It doesn't matter.
He's a hairless kitty, and his name is Walter.
But
and he's beautiful.
If anything happens, Jasmine, I am going to...
Matt's going to marry Walter. Yep.
Walter,
because he
hairless cat.
Yes, he's adorable. He's a honey cat, and we used to visit when they were our neighbors. We used to take care of him when they were out of town.
Yes, and he was a sweetie.
And he'd find a blanket. He's a hairless kitty cat, so he'd find a blanket and wrap himself up like on the couch with it. It was very sweet. Theraflu. Oh, Theraflu. Yeah, again, I'm not a big fan of medicine in general, but I'll drink Theraflu when I have to, and this is one of those have to times. So. Also, it's like you get a little tea and you have it in a coffee cup. It's like you have a little sit-down time.
I'm trying to make what I'm saying like 5 minutes ago.
Okay. Try to act like you were
around
5 minutes ago. Okay. What you do is you just talk about whatever you're doing for a very long time. Well, to be fair, I have been adding a lot of titanium white onto this butterfly for a while, but I guess people can hear mine, right? They just can't. It's the chat room.
Again, if they weren't chatting at all, they wouldn't know the difference.
Okay.
It's not the audio and video off. It's the audio video off from the chat.
I see. Okay.
So there's that weird chat delay.
Yeah, I hear you.
Boogaboo. Oh, did you want to tell people about lanyards?
Oh yes, and you know what? It's funny. Another painting accident.
Isn't it cool how she displays them?
Yeah, I like them here. It kind of looks like for this. I guess I can't really see that part of the room.
Should I take some photos of the room?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't want to move around the camera because I'm worried it's gonna fall off. But yeah, maybe. Yeah, people would probably like to see what this room looks like, so they know what we're talking about. But yes, those of you who are patrons of any level, even the $1 level, and Matt will put the link in. I guess it'll be 5 minutes from now or something.
I'll take my time.
This is like that Mr. Show skit. It's like, no, you should have called in last week for today. No, but these are the cute Strangeling lanyards. These are the ones we give away to the Patreon pin collectors. But for those patrons who would like extra ones, or you like backups, or you like trading them, or you've already filled yours up with pins, etc., I've got pictures of some of my pins on them. And they are the breakaway type of lanyard. We have them at strangeling.com now. We added them just like last night or the night before. Like this weekend. Yeah.
The day before yesterday.
Friday night?
Friday, yes.
Friday night, okay.
Yes,
so very recently, we have added these.
For those of you who are Patreon folk, that's
you do have to be
$1
patron,
level.
But you could even be a $1 patron, it doesn't matter. And you can get them, and you can buy backups, and we'll ship them worldwide.
Strangeling.com, hover over exclusive products, you'll see a drop down that says lanyards.
Yes, and it will ask you for your password.
Right, and I'll go ahead and I'll put up
a link to where people can put a link to that post I made about the lanyards on Patreon, and then it will also tell people if they're already a patron, they will see the password, etc. But yeah, they are super cute, like and we did until like a couple hours into the event. I say event like it was a thing, but when we posted them, we did have the number 2 lanyards, and those already sold out. So we've got the current lanyard still. So if you want to back up with these, and the sooner these go, the more new ones I will make soon. So that will be one I'll probably be working on.
Yeah. Do you think if are we going to get more of these in, or do you want to make?
Oh no! Next time I'll get a new design.
Okay.
Whenever I order the lanyards again, like when I get the factory to make them, I put new pictures on them, and they're usually based off of the new pins. So this one are from pins from like a couple months ago or so. So the next ones I'll do will have the new designs on them. It's also kind of way if you don't have the pin, you can have the picture on your lanyard. But yeah, had another, not a bad incident. But
oh yeah, I know.
I got a file incident report with strangeling.com. No, that's just what I was referring to. People didn't see earlier. Okay. All right.
I'll keep this.
I'm going to put my hair dryer.
About it later.
Yep.
And I'll get that. That.
And get my hair dryer out. Sorry. It's dark here, but I feel like all the lights are looking at me here.
Actually, if I was downstairs, I could just call up to you. I'd get a better reception on that.
Probably.
And I could do headset. We thought about doing that.
Yeah, doing a different.
You know what we should do sometime to practice that one is not from here, but like do it from inside the other house.
In Celebration?
Like and then I could be upstairs. I could see if we could do it remotely, like if you had a thing in your ear. Mm-hmm. Like I'm calling you.
Yeah, like on the phone.
Yeah, and I could say, hey, so and so has a question.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
If you're not in the same place.
Well, that's the thing too. Like if I was at our London house and you were here in the States, you could do that and just do it in my ear, and you wouldn't have to actually be here, right?
I would not.
You wouldn't, or there, I guess, if I was in London. But that's good to know. Is it not working?
Oh no, it's on your Twitch.
Oh, okay.
See, that was your latest one.
Oh.
And then.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to actually get to the link of the link.
I see what you're talking about. Yeah,
I can see it.
That's fine.
There we go.
I'm gonna get this painting though to the point that I have the other painting, and then when they're both about the same point, then I'll start adding some colors on each one. I want to get the underpainting done. I don't usually kind of assembly line these sort of things, but when it's small ones and I am on not necessarily a deadline, but I know when I want them done by. And I'm in a weird situation like this. I'm like, oh, I can fit these paintings here. I will work on them here. I'm trying to think if I'd see her nose through there. I don't want to make it a completely transparent butterfly, but butterflies, their wings are very thin. Like if you see light through them, the light kind of shines through them. It's like a piece of fabric, but not like a piece of wood. Golly.
So Mimi's gonna come out 420.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, so Vix Allen got 2.
Oh, the lanyards.
I might have managed to get.
Oh. Was that one of the number 2 lanyards?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you got the order in, it's
yeah.
You're good.
If you got it in, you're good.
Because I only put up the quantity that we had.
Yeah,
so
which is not usually a thing that you'd want to rely on the website because,
but that time,
that was very specific. It's usually when we put up quantity, like inventory on the website, we're also putting them on Etsy and eBay and conventions
unless we say,
hey, this is how many we have left.
Right.
We have to type in a number. It's like if we have 1,000 pins and we're like, we'll say 100 are on eBay, 100's on Etsy, 100's on Amazon, and 500's on the website.
Or it says sold out on one site, but they sell them on another site and you see them.
Yeah.
If they're still on that other site, chances are they probably
still have them. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
it's until you see the retired stamp on them. Basically, that means that.
Now that one is just Strangeling number 2 lanyard. It's just gone.
Yeah, we don't really retire them per se. We just didn't make anymore. No, yeah.
And if we have any of the old ones.
I don't think we do because we switched them over to the ones that were the breakaway style. So for people who had to have them for work.
To demonstrate.
You want to show how you do breakaway on it? So I've never actually tested this out.
All you do is pull this, sweetie. This is the breakaway part. Yeah, just pull it. Yeah.
Is it like the kitty cat colors?
Yeah, just pull it.
They see me if I do this?
Yeah, just pull it.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Now flip it right back.
Put it back the other way?
Yep.
Oh. That is like our kitty cat collars.
Mm-hmm.
So they get like hung on.
It's really tough. The plastic is really strong, so it never becomes loose.
Well, that's why they have it, because if you like work somewhere where you have an ID card or a badge or something, it's got the little lobster claw clippy thing. That way you have your ID, and if you're like you work somewhere with machinery or you work at a hospital or something like that, and you need to have a breakaway, it's like boop, just breaks away.
And
it doesn't hang you or get caught on anything.
If you need to lift it off, like you need to have it further away from you, or you need to give it to a friend, you just take that. Or this can fit in your pocket.
Oh, like if you had, you can use that like for those little plastic things people put their annual passes in at Disney World.
Yeah, the sleeve things.
If you're on a cruise, you're on a Disney cruise or something like that, you know how you have to, or your Royal Caribbean when you have like your key card thing.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, now I want to go on a cruise. Yeah.
Me too. I want to go on a cruise.
I always want to be on a cruise.
You know what?
I don't want to be sick on a cruise.
We cannot. We
can't
broadcast from their awful Wi-Fi.
Not yet. Someday they might have Wi-Fi.
Well,
cruises always seem like they're like a few years behind as far as like how good their internet is.
No, I'm just happy it's working now.
Yeah, I know.
Working good enough at least.
Mm-hmm.
They're just used to our awesome, perfect streams.
Yeah. Again, the sun.
So Wendy Tinkerbell said, "I missed a lanyard I didn't have. I only had the one I got in January."
Oh.
I'm sorry, Wendy, but you know what? People might be trading them.
Yeah, very likely.
Now that
since we sold the leftover ones that we found,
they might become more collectible.
Yeah.
If Jasmine plans to make new ones.
Oh, I definitely will. When those other ones are gone, I'll make some new ones that have the new pictures. And I always have new pins, so I can always make pictures of ones that have new pins. So.
But not as often as pins off.
Oh no! Well, each one has like 30 designs on it, so it's probably like every several months or something. Yeah.
Right. But no, they're very good. I like our lanyards.
They're handy for us too when we do shows like Dragon Con or MegaCon, and we actually have to have like an ID badge that we have to have on a little thing. It's like, hey, I might as well use my own lanyard for it. That looks kind of official, right?
Yes. Oh, and people that are coming to Spectrum, Jasmine and I will be having our lanyards, and we will
yes. That is a show that we will be having trading lanyards.
Right.
People like to go to the shows where we the only ones we can't really do it is something that's a Disney like Wonderground event or inside a Disney theme park, because they only have Disney pins there. But if it's something like MegaCon or DragonCon or Planet Comic-Con, Spectrum, the Ren Fair, we always have our lanyards on with pins, and if you see any pin that is a Strangeling pin that I have, I will trade it for any Strangeling pin you have. And it makes it kind of fun because people visit from all over. We go to England, we go to California, we go to Florida, we go to Europe, and we'll trade these pins with people. So we'll have weird ones that you might not have seen before, and we'll trade them for even like a regular pin of the month that you have. We will trade any pin for any pin as long as it's a Strangeling pin. And that makes it a rotating thing. Like at DragCon, there are some people who would come by like 2 or 3 times a day to see if our pins had changed, and usually they have because more people came and they traded pins. And that's part of the fun part of it, I think, is trading pin for pin. I know some people have pins that are like, oh, that one's worth this much money, but I think it's more fun to just trade pin for pin, and I will always do that. I think we'll have some rarer ones when we're there next weekend at Planet Comic Con. We've got some like Florida specific ones and probably some UK specific ones because we'll have just come off of England, so we'll have those.
Yes, again, raffle's manual today.
Yeah.
Moobot won't shut up about the raffle.
Yeah, is there a way you can make Moobot be quiet when Moobot's not working properly?
Let's see if I can just destroy that raffle.
Don't destroy the raffle, but you know, it's,
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, as long as you were in the room, even for a little bit, you will be entered into the raffle. It's just, our connection is not good, and in addition to that, Moobot is not working properly. It's one of those things where all forces are conspiring against you. So.
Okay. It might
work.
I don't know if this will work.
Are you just trying to get Moobot to
I'm just
not
trying
keep
to get him
talking to
to
people?
shut up about
Well,
raffles.
let's still keep talking like, hey, join Patreon and all that sort of thing. He, she, Moobot, whatever it is. I don't know about Moobot.
Okay, so no Moobot. So hi, Manuel. Yeah, his name's Manuel.
Manuel, yes.
Moobot now has a name.
His name is Manuel. But if she's a cow though, like a girl cow, Manuel, isn't it?
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, that sounds Christmassy. Manuela.
Or Manuela.
I know 2 people named Manuela. Like
Wow,
Manuel
Jasmine,
with an A.
really? Are you? You're lying.
It's true.
Yeah,
I can show you.
Jasmine,
Look at my
Jasmine,
emails.
Jasmine, that is an outrageous lie.
It's not an outrageous lie.
Man,
I mean,
you know 2 people.
named Manuela.
Seriously.
Actually, I probably knew more people named Manuela. But
Oh.
those are people I know their last names too. I'm not gonna say your names, but you
I
might
bet their
even be
names are
watching.
Manuela.
No, their last names. I'm not gonna tell
Oh,
people's
okay.
names
Gotcha.
or their Twitch names, but they might be up here.
Oh,
Well, heck, I sent
sorry,
one
I'm
to
a bit
Manuela
dense.
yesterday.
What's that?
You are a bit dumb.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean,
Yeah. Isn't that what I said? I'm sorry.
drink a delicious green beverage,
Green
which we're
beverage.
now. No, I'm just. Most of all, doing a commercial. Actually, we could put that up on our.
You know,
Amazon
it'd be
store.
funny if we did that when I was doing the absinthe painting, because you'd think they were
I'm
talking
gonna
about
start
that,
doing
but
commercials like that are up on Amazon.
no.
That can be the.
Hey, if we ever make partner up here at Twitch, I think we have to do commercials at some point. So
Yeah.
I would just try to time it when I'm like switching over to a
When
different
we're-
canvas or
If
something.
we make partner or something, we
Ooh.
definitely always need to make sure our game is good.
Yeah.
The reason our game isn't good today is because this is ill practiced. We haven't done this location before.
Is it ill practiced or not practiced? Ill practiced sounds like you did it and you didn't do it very well before.
I'm talking about our condition. We're not.
It's not malpractice.
Not feeling very
Okay.
well.
No, I am
No.
feeling ill. I
People
call
like the,
malpractice. Yeah.
People like Emmanuel and
Manuela.
Manuela.
Manuela's a pretty name.
Oh yeah, it's a great name.
Yeah.
I think it means destined.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's
It's
kind of
destiny.
Like, my name, what is
Like the Latin
Jasmine
version?
means Jasmine.
Jasmine is a very obvious name because it
Yes.
means a flower.
Anne means.
Yeah.
Anne is something.
My middle name is
great.
Anne, and that's a Hebrew name. That's
Yes.
it just kind of means glory or something. I don't
I'll
know.
find out.
But Jasmine, the name Jasmine, is a very easy name to have because it is the name of a plant. It's a Persian name, and it is a name of the flower. You've probably seen jasmine flowers. If you get like
Favored.
favored, okay.
Ah.
Oh.
For Jasmine.
That's what my middle name is,
Not
Ann. That's why you say
flavored
Ann. But everybody in my family's middle name is Ann.
Yeah, for as creative as your family is, I'm still that's still a
The interesting
monkey
thing
scratch.
about it, though, is
Yeah.
it's both sides of my family. My mom's family and my dad's family.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, there's Hilda Ann. She's not related to my aunt
Well, Ann works.
Lisa
Ann
or
works
Aunt
well.
Pat
It's like,
or
it is like the
yeah.
The wonderful flavor of vanilla that you can add to anything and it enhances.
Yeah, but it's
Jasmine
funny.
Ann.
I just think it's funny that both sides of my family always had the middle name Ann before they met each other. And so it just kind of, there you go. It's not very interesting.
My name is much like Theo's name.
Yes, God of Gifts.
Yeah, well, that's what our nephew Theodore said. It's gift of God.
Yes.
But
he was little,
he called
it God of Gifts.
Yeah,
it's like,
Matthew,
that's what your name means, the God
Theo,
of Gifts. Kind of like Santa Claus.
Gift of the Lord. David is my middle name, which is beloved.
That's everybody's name, man.
David?
Yeah.
It's a very common name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry if it's been asked, but any update on MegaCon?
Oh, not yet. No, I think we've only shown through, I've just shown off the ones that are for April. MegaCon won't be through until the end part of May, so we haven't shown those yet. But we worked last time on the April pins, and that will be girl with a pearl earring with a little pearl for an earring. So she might be the later part of April, but that will be the next pin that's out. MegaCon will probably have 2 or 3 pins for MegaCon. But we have Planet Comic Con next weekend, and that will be the at the easel, and we're giving away one of those at the end of today's broadcast.
Yay! She's cute.
Yeah, she is cute. Look a little bit like me. Just a little bit.
That looks like Jasmine Ann.
Jasmine Ann. I don't really identify a lot with my middle name because every female relative I have on both sides of my family all have the same name, so it doesn't really mean anything to me. But except for my cousin Ann, which is confusing.
So. Is she Annie?
She's Ann. Her name is Annie, but it's Ann and E, and it's pronounced Annie, but there's no I in there. But it's spelled Ann with an E, but she goes by Ann and it's short A-N-N. So.
But I love her.
I love Annie. She's one of my favorite people.
She's not insane.
No more than the rest of us are.
That was a sane one.
Maddie.
What's in this green drink?
Water, actually.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, we should have done this on St. Patrick's Day. It seemed like it was liquor or something.
That's been mentioned many times.
Yeah, that's something I have actually thought about. But
I was thinking about
yeah,
a small boat, maybe about 5 people.
Oh, that's a very small boat. That wouldn't be something I do for
a paddle.
Oh, this is a joke, isn't it?
No,
okay.
No, we don't have we just don't. Cruises don't make sense.
Cruises kind of make sense. I know people who have done all sorts of cruises where you do like special. I mean, I've known people have gone on cross stitching cruises, and I mean, there's a lot of they do the goth cruises. Those are pretty popular.
I joined the pin tier on March 6th. Or whatever the pin of the month.
Both. You get Luna because yes, you would get both if you joined on March 6th. Well, you joined on that was like a few weeks ago, right? Yeah. You should get the March pin of the month, which is the Voodoo and Violet, and also the Luna pin.
Yep.
And depending when it came through, you might also even have gotten the Strawberry Cupcakes one, but those are I think out now.
Right.
But yep, you would get both of those. And April will be, in April you'll still get the Luna pin if you join in April, assuming we don't run out super soon. And then you'll get the girl with the pearl earring one, who has again, we had to get little earrings made to stick on the pin, so it might take a little bit later, but it will be anytime in April. If you're a member, if you've already joined in March and you're still a member in April, you'll get that one too.
Right.
You get both of them. Or all 3 of them. Or all 4 of them. Yeah. Okay, she's starting to look a little bit more realistic. I think originally when I was sketching her, I was going to make her look kind of more cartoony looking, but now I'm kind of looking at it as an excuse to make, since the eye itself is bigger on the panel, I'm going to make the eye look a little bit more realistic. And take some of the white I've been using and mixing it in with the kind of grayish light colored tint that I mixed in with the gesso, which is a mixture of Titan Buff and Payne's Gray and Night Brown. And I'm going to use that to highlight the eyelid there and kind of blend that in and do a little bit of an tear duct and under eyelid through here. I'm also going to bring that up into the cornea, the white part of her eye here. Now, since I do want it to be a monarch, I'm starting to think about what color eye I would like to give her. And this is when it starts to get a little bit more interesting, when I'm starting to choose colors, because if I'm having a monarch, which is going to be kind of orange, brown, yellow, red sort of colors on the butterfly, I might either want to make her eyes match that, or I might go a completely different direction. If you think of what the complementary color to orange would be, kind of purple or kind of blue. So I might go with a cooler kind of vibrant tone on her eye to really make that pop, or I might make it match. I have not decided yet. Oddly enough, it might have to do with which colors I decide to do on the other paintings, since I'm going to have like 5, 6, 7 of these at the same art show next weekend. I want to make sure they themselves, when they're on the little panel.
Come look at me.
Sorry, sorry, I didn't mean to cough at you. Yes, if you'd like to look at them.
I did. They're
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I peeked over your shoulder.
I didn't mean to cough at you when you.
That's okay.
I
don't mind. You can cough all at me.
Thank you.
I'm your Maddie.
I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry. I keep coughing everybody. Okay. Anyway, so I might want, since they're going to be next to each other and they'll be displayed next to each other, I might think about the color scheme of all of them together. Since I do have 3 or 4, probably 4 other paintings that I will have finished by then. I want to have a variety of different colors, different skin tones, different hair colors, different, if there's butterflies, I want to have different colored butterflies. If there are like dragons, I want to put different colored dragons in there, so that it doesn't look like the same painting over and over again. Even though they are very small studies of paintings, each one can hold a certain amount of character, and they can be different from each other. I'm going to kind of draw in her nose a bit more, using a bit lighter tones, as if the, not that the butterfly is a light source in it, but that
Jasmine,
it's kind of reflecting up under her. Yeah.
do you have any more info on the Memento Mori appearance?
Oh, it will either be at the end of May or the beginning of June, I believe. Because Disney has given me a couple of dates, and they asked me to keep my calendar clear for the end of May and beginning of June. We will be traveling through some of that, but I will for sure be doing something at Memento Mori either at the end of May, beginning of June. If you're looking for my Madame Leota painting that I was talking about, I think to some of you last night at Disney World, she will be actually for the 50th anniversary on April 8th or 9th for the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland. It's whatever the closest weekend is to
August 8th.
yeah, I'm sorry, August 8th.
Yeah.
9th. Yeah, so that's unrelated to the Memento Mori thing, because a lot of people are saying, oh, Haunted Mansion, are you going to be there then? It's like, it's not, no, that will be in California in August. And that will be the 50th anniversary Haunted Mansion thing. So, and that is why I probably will not be at D23, because they're having me already out in August in California for the Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary. And that's like a week or 2 away from D23, and I can't do both. There isn't really a way I can financially or physically or actually exist in 2 places at the same time, be in Florida and California. So, but I will be there first or second week of August in California, and at Memento Mori here in Florida, I will be there end of May, beginning of June. And as soon as I know, I will always post it on strangeling.com on the events page. If you look on my Facebook, facebook.com/strangeling/events, you can always see, as soon as I know the date, I put it up there, and then you will also know it. Oh, sorry, sniffle at you again. Bah. Sorry. I know, I feel bad about putting this one up on YouTube because I'm just sniffling.
They'll have something for us.
Oh!
Special for Jasmine. Not cashews.
Not cashews? Oh. I wish I had a cashew now, but we don't have any here, do we?
I'm hungry.
I know, me
That's why I
too.
had some
That's
green
what I
drink.
mean. That's why green drink's lovely, but it doesn't make you like not hungry.
Oh, I have a Ricola. A Ricola?
No,
Okay.
those are cough drops. Cough drops are candy and lies.
Not a Ricola.
Okay.
Do you want one?
No,
Okay.
not really. I don't want to be chewing on
I
my
understand.
cough drop when
It's
I'm
kind of a joke,
talking
'cause
to people.
I can't have Ricola in my mouth for more than like 2 minutes before I start crunching.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. And they taste like cough medicine, like compressed into a carbonized diamond. I don't like them.
Kind of have a crystalline quality.
They do. It's like if there's an amethyst crystal that was made out of cough syrup, it would be that. They might be helpful. I don't actually get ill that often that I really pay attention to what sort of medicine's good, but I like the Theraflu's. I do actually feel a bit better than I had one. That's looking good there. I'm going to take start putting a little bit of color onto her cheek. Because I haven't really, she's kind of a, I'll show you, can't really tell in the camera. She's kind of a very close-up. You can see there's a butterfly, you can see her eye, you can see a bit of her nose and mouth, so you can see where on her face it is. But she doesn't really have hair or anything like that, because it's kind of a close-up on her face. So a lot of the color it's going to be in this is going to be in her iris color, or on the butterfly, or also like just on her cheeks. Like we're talking about doing flesh tones, like how I did on this one here. She's a bit of a darker color in the background, so she's going to look more shadowed. And this one's very bright, like you kind of had a flashlight pointed at her face. Probably how I look right now, because I've got like a million shipping lights right at me. But let's see. I'm going to take some of the similar colors. We were talking about matte orange. I'm going to take a bit of purple, Doxazine purple. That might sound odd, but I'm going to put some of that on her. If I mix that in there, it will kind of make a tan sort of color. Instead of being so pinky orange, it will look more like, oh, is it again? Golly gee, yeah. These things aren't working right. Yeah, right. It does seem faster than normal. It's working right.
We should, if we get this working, that's not bad.
I thought so. I thought it was kind of nice. I would like to have it set up so whatever house of 5 or 6 houses, however many places I'm painting in, if I had a Twitch set up in all of them.
This is a healthy experience, and we've learned a lot.
Yeah.
We've learned a lot today.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I need to do, we've got 76 years. I need to,
do a, sorry.
And this will be for mug.
Oh, this will be for the Cinderella mug. Yeah. Here, I'll show this. We just bought this one last night at Disney World, and you can buy these at Disneyland in California. You can get them at your WDW store on the internet, and they will ship them worldwide. If you didn't get that email address or the website address, let us know. We will email it to you. Or just look at my website and search Disney or search Jasmine Cinderella mug on the internet. You will find it. They are made and sold by Wonderground. Yeah, they're made by Wonderground Gallery, official Disney merchandise. Made in Thailand. Alright, dishwasher and microwave safe. I usually sign these when I give them away as prizes, so if I sign it, the signature might not be dishwasher safe, but the mug itself is. You can wash that all you want, but if I sign it like in silver at the bottom, just hand wash it, or don't put it in something super hot. Or if you just don't care about signature, that's fine, because I don't really care. You can just wash it in your dishwasher. Or you can put pens in it. Last night at Disney World, they had me keep all my signature pens, like my Sharpies and everything. They just had me stick them in one of my Nightmare Before Christmas cups. And I was like, okay, that works. That's kind of festive. And I've seen other people, like at their cubicle at work, have like one of my mugs, and they just use it to put pens and like stray pieces of stuff they have that they want to keep on their desk. And then you don't have to put in the dishwasher at all.
Remember?
Oh, is it time already?
Yes.
Wow. Holly, go ahead. Yeah, it's counting. As long as you are somehow in the room, you'll be included in the raffle this time. And usually we have Moobot, or Terrible Robot. Defiance? Like with an I?
T-I-F-Y-A.
Defiance. Okay, Defiance. you are the winner of the Cinderella mug, and we will mail her to you, but you need to let us know who you are, what your address is, what your email address is, what your name is, etc. Because we can't just write Defiance and put it in the mail. They have to know who it is.
Right.
Yeah. And
Sarah,
Twitch
again,
doesn't know.
If you can email us, that'd be great.
Oh, that
So
who won the the wine glasses from last time? Yes, Kara. If you'd like them, if you don't want them, let us know that, and we'll give them to somebody else. That is fine. If you already have some, or don't like fancy glasses.
Be signing anything at KC.
Yep,
yeah.
That's why I'm there. Yep.
Yeah, otherwise,
that's why I'm there. I will be there. I will be there. Well, I have a booth there to sell stuff that my sister and my brother-in-law are going to run every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week. And I will be there in person from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock each day, right? 1 to 4. So, like, when it first opens on Friday, I'll be there for, like, 3 hours just signing stuff. And the next day I'll be there from 1 to 4, and the next day I'm there from 1 to 4. I'm not there the whole day because a lot of it is, it's only a 20-foot booth, and they have to have people buy stuff. So if people are buying stuff, they don't want them in line the same time people are having me sign things. It's a fire code thing. But I will be there from 1 to 4 each of those days, and I will sign anything. You don't have to buy it there. You can bring it from home if you've had it already for 10 years. I don't care. You can bring your baby and I will sign them. And that has happened. I think we were talking about that yesterday. I've even signed some tattoos before, and people tattooed over them, and that was kind of cool. Because I'm not going to do the actual tattoo thing, which we also talked about yesterday at Disney.
Yes.
But yeah. Like, no, I'm not going to tattoo anything, but you can get tattooed by painting, and I will sign it with a Sharpie, and you can do that later. But I'm taking some of that peachy pink color. It's not nearly as vibrant as the one that is on this one because, again, she's kind of got a darker palette on her. The color I mixed in with the gesso is a bit darker. So I used a brighter color on that, so it was more obvious, like, oh, that's super pink, peachy, she looks very blushy. This one I'm doing a lot more subtly, which is why I put purple in there instead of, like, magenta. And I put some brown, the Van Dyke brown in there. But the main tone is quite a bit lighter. I think this is the one I used for the gesso and this one. These are colors I've just made up myself out of random colors. Oh, good night, Layla. Oh, it's okay. You might hear me in a few minutes. Yeah. You'll hear a ghostly Jasmine in your head saying good night, Layla. Thank you for watching us in our terrible broadcast today.
I think it turned out better.
Yeah, it did. It's better than I would have thought. Originally, when we were talking about going to the library or Starbucks, I really was thinking maybe we were not going to do this. But they're like, hey, let's get our shipping storage place. Let's do that.
I'm not sure how Starbucks...
Oh, I don't know.
As far as, like, streaming.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a company. Great. Yeah, I don't know. It's in a very pretty part of town.
Sure,
all those birdies would be there. Yeah.
We could show people...
See, celebration.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how much.
I don't know how much people want to see that, but I'll show you how she's looking. Yay! Let's see. So you can see her. You can see the white part of the butterfly. I've started putting layer in there, and you can see the pink and peach. I put a little bit on her nose and some on her lips, and some around the tear duct on her eye, and also the lower inside nicotine membrane of her lower lid line. Is that working okay?
Yeah, I was looking at
the painting. Oh, yeah, you can usually see it on your computer. Oh, thank you. You could always look on your phone too now.
I don't think it would work very good.
Why?
I don't have the great best connection.
Yeah, your phone uses way less data than your computer does. It automatically puts it like the lowest resolution possible if you're looking on your phone. Are you using the Twitch app, or are you just like...
Twitch app phone.
Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, this is when I'm going to start... Well, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put the dark colors on the Monarch. I'm not going to make it super dark right away. I'm going to take some Van Dyke Brown and some Payne's Gray and put that on the darker parts of the butterfly right quick. Let's see. I'm not eating my paint, I'm just making my brush pointy. Okay.
I'll just keep it on there.
Yeah, but that's how a lot of people watch on their phone. That might be a way if it's not working on your laptop there. You could see it.
We need to be a little bit more. Oh, that's cool.
What's these two?
Now.
Oh yeah, see, there you go. So that's probably what other regular people, non-Maddie people are seeing, yeah?
Yeah.
Does that help you at all?
A little bit.
I always look at like the iPad or something too. But devices sometimes work better than old computers do.
Will you be doing a summer event gallery this year?
Probably. I'd like to. I actually owe them an email. I know Matt said that they were asking. Actually, the AC just turned on.
Yeah.
Okay. My hair started blowing around. It's like a shampoo commercial.
70.
Yeah. Oh, that's
fine. It just went down to 77. Maybe it said 77.
Oh, I don't know. But, okay, yeah, I'm hoping to do something soon at Pop Gallery. What I'm wanting to do is, I don't know the release date yet, because they had to finish up some of the line art, somehow got lost or something, on my Alice in Wonderland coloring book. And we want to do, like, a launch party at Pop Gallery for that. So we've done that with my other coloring books that have been through Blue Angel, like my Mermaids coloring book, and,
I don't know if you've ever seen
all that. What are you showing me here?
The sketch. That's you.
Oh.
Well, it's not going to be live.
Yeah, but I see. Yeah, that's cool. I've never looked at that app.
Me neither.
You think that'd be something I would have done? I mean, I was talking like, hey, you can get the Twitch app, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I just dropped my paintbrush too.
I don't like the Twitch desktop thing.
I don't like the Twitch desktop thing either. Sorry, Twitch. It might be cool. What's that?
All sorts of. Actually, they've had several updates since we got it.
Yeah, I don't know. My computer's not good, so. Of course, my phone's not good either. Nothing's good. Everything's bad. That's how it is when you have a cold. You hate everything. Shout out. Oh, Karen, yes. If you, we will see. Also, Karen, I don't know if this will, since this broadcast was like in 5 parts at the beginning, and I don't know how much of it was being broadcast. I don't know if this will be one that is on YouTube, but those of you who like to see condensed versions and highlights of my different videos that I've done here at Twitch, you can look at YouTube, Kieran's World, Kieran's World, WORLD, at YouTube. You can see a lot of my broadcasts, and also some of the times that he's come to my live events in England and stuff like that, and interviews and stuff we've done up there. But yeah, Kieran, I'm not sure if this one will be one we export to YouTube. It depends how much at the beginning we have on there, or if I can truncate it a bit. We'll see, because we are not in our usual broadcasting pattern here. But at least we're here. Yay. And yeah, like Matt was saying, I'm not sure when our next one will be. Usually I always update on Twitch, like, hey, my next broadcast will be such and such date. But next weekend we're going to be in Kansas City at Planet Comic Con, so it won't be next Sunday, and it won't be like Thursday, because we'll be setting up for Planet Comic Con, so it'll probably be that week after that at some point. But I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. And that would probably be in my usual place, not this weird frame factory place, but that I thought had reliable internet. But I'm taking some of that same brownish black color that I've outlined the kind of monarchy colors on the butterfly, and I'm putting some eyelashes in there. Not real specific eyelashes, but kind of like the shadowed area where her lashes would be, because I will want to go in. This is one of the larger brushes I use. I want to go in with a very tiny brush and like kind of outline the eyelashes after that. Sorry.
I doubt there'll be any left, but if you have spare easel pins, it could be up for sale.
I can't sell them.
Blank or just give away.
No, I can only give them away. I can't sell anything that
must
is.
Be very clear.
Yes, it is a legal issue. If I use the words event exclusive, I cannot sell them.
Folks.
Yes, everybody's like, can you sell it? I cannot sell them. It's illegal in America. Part of the truth in advertising law. If you say something is exclusive to an event, you cannot sell it later. You can, but I can't.
Right.
And somebody working for my company can't. Matt can't.
And if such and such artist does it, or this.
Oh, I know. People do that. That's
different.
fine. And I just have to be careful. I follow, like, going 60 miles an hour in a 55-mile zone. I have to be careful. If it is advertised as an event exclusive, I cannot sell it. So I can send it to you as a surprise.
they
Yes.
have other artists that they like, and they see that they
Yeah,
might do
I
something.
know.
let's
Everybody's
say
like, so and so
that-
does. I was like, well, that's
Right,
fine for so and so.
I think
Maybe
that's the
they
issue.
aren't. Maybe
So-
they're below the radar. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, if it's an event exclusive, I cannot offer it for sale later. But I can give it away later, and I totally will. And I will probably give some away at Twitch, like how I was given my personal one away here at Twitch. And what we usually do is on Patreon for the pin collector tier, we have leftovers from events, and we give, like, let's say we had 5 leftovers, and I've got 5 leftovers that I'm not keeping for myself or something. I will give them away at Patreon, and I'll just give them to random people who collect pins at Patreon. So I will give them away, but I cannot sell them. And I've had people offer me phenomenal amounts of money for those, and I just have to bite the back of my hand and say, no, sorry, can't. I really won't. It doesn't matter if you're a family member. Does not matter. I cannot sell them. But I will give them away to people if I have leftovers. Always.
Now we're calling the Moobot Manny.
Manny. Oh, that works. That
Manny
could be
works.
Manuela.
Manny-
Manuela.
It
That's
can be
fine.
female, male, bi, whatever.
Non-binary.
Non-binary.
Yeah.
Um,
Manny. Although it does sound very mannish. No. That's
Well-
very masculine. It's very manny. No. Moobot. It's a robot. It's a robot. I don't know why it's a cow. Why is it called Moobot
Because
anyway?
people have to name things. with
Oh, yeah,
stuff
that's
in
the name
order
of
to
the
be cool.
software is Moobot, and they just want to trademark it or something.
It's free.
Huh?
We're not paying for it. You can pay for extra perks. We haven't
Yeah.
gone there yet.
Well, I have
In
the
the future,
subscription
we
to
might.
the Streamlabs thing. I don't know if that's part of it.
Streamlabs is different.
Is that different?
Yeah, this is
I don't know. I don't know these
think of it
things.
as a virtual what do you call them?
Like a virtual pet.
Not a virtual pet. A moderator, a virtual moderator. That,
No, it's a bot. I understand the idea of a bot. I just didn't know why it was Moobot. I'm taking some yellow.
People are saying the video's behind. Sorry, guys. We
Yeah,
know that.
We know
that
that
makes us
we're
feel a little
not in
bit
our
bad when
usual
you-
house. We
when you
can't.
rub it in, but
I
that's
know
cool.
you can keep telling us, but
keep
we can't.
rubbing
We
it
can't
in.
change
If
it.
you want to hurt our feelings, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
it was either this or not do it. So you can choose your email to write later.
No,
yeah,
it's
no,
people are
I'm
being
joking.
It's Nikki. She's
Yeah.
not
Oh, okay.
No,
yeah.
that's why
no,
I'm joking,
no, we're
Nikki.
teasing. We know
Well,
Nikki's
Nikki's
cool.
great.
Nikki's fantastic.
Yes.
But no, but yeah, there. I'm sure I'll have like emails from some people who are going to be snarky later, and that's fine. That's part of what you get for trying to express yourself creatively.
Well, the thing is, everything's constantly changing.
I
the way
know.
an artist
Matt can
acted,
say this.
reacted,
Yeah.
practiced, did
Uh-huh.
stuff, 10 years ago is different than how they do things now
Not
in many
me.
ways.
Yeah.
Maybe their
Yeah.
medium isn't different, but the way to display their medium might be. I don't know.
Eh, For some people, maybe.
I know you had a webcam.
I had a webcam in 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People even said they saw
Yes, I know. There are some people who've been watching me since 19. That's 20 years. That's a long time to have a webcam. It was not a good webcam. I mean, if you think this is bad, you should have seen my old one. It didn't even have sound. And we went camping for a week, and we just leave it on. You could see our cat walking by, or like my dad came to fix the tiles or something, and that was like it for like a week. So, it was like resolution-wise, I think it was 140 by 280.
It was
180 by
pretty
240.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good. Also, it could only have 12 people watch at once, or 10 people.
Something like
And then
that.
it would
People
crash my
crashed.
computer. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm taking just pure.
So we love our 75 viewers right now.
Yes, exactly. See, that couldn't have happened back in 1999. So I'm taking pure yellow. I've got Hansa yellow medium, and I'm putting that on the lower bit of the monarch. Because if you look at a monarch butterfly, the lower part of the rings, they've got the top part of the rings, the lower part. The lower part are very, very vibrant sort of yellow, and the top part's kind of a tan, orangey, red, brown color. So when I get to the top part of the wings, I'm going to do like a quinacridone nickel azo gold, which is this color that I like a lot. I'm so glad I brought this one. Again, I was grabbing paints and throwing them in the van 40 minutes before we started broadcasting because we needed to find some Wi-Fi. But so I'm putting that up here.
Kept going around town and like looking for random Wi-Fi's that we could
Yeah,
try to...
that probably would have worked.
The hobo thing?
Yeah, it's like look for the little symbols out on the sidewalk
Is there
to
a
see
limit
who
on
has free
buying
Wi-Fi.
tiny treasures?
Nope. You can buy all of them, I think. Can't you? Or wait.
Oh,
Wait, do we actually? I think we have limited them
That's
before
up to-
because
that's
somebody
up to the boss.
somebody
We'll
wanted to buy all of them once, and I was like, oh, that's not fair. People like camped out in sleeping bags. I don't want to ruin it for everybody. I think we usually say, what is it, 2 per person? Unless it's been a while. If it's like an hour or two's gone by and nobody else has bought them, then come back in line and get them. But we won't sell, otherwise some gallery or a company will come and buy all of them, and they don't care about the artwork. They just want to put them on eBay for 10 times as much money. So that's the reason we limit things. Not because of the fans who really want them. It's for people who ruin the fun for everybody and just like say, hey, how many pins do you have of those? Oh, 1,200? Can I buy all 1,200? And they want to put it on their website, and that's the only way you can get them, and I don't like doing that. So I think we limit them to 2 per person is what we've done in the past, and
Does that sound good?
I think that's what we've done before, just because somebody asked if they could buy all of them, and they were the first person in line, and I saw people literally had sleeping bags and were waiting out there. This was at one in California, and just, yeah. I don't want to ruin people's days.
Unless they had a Snoopy sleeping bag. I might give them more
Snoopy?
than 2.
I don't know.
I don't know. They had a Snoopy.
I used to have a Popeye sleeping bag.
I used to have a blue sleeping bag.
My Popeye one was blue. Because it looked like the ocean and the other side looked like sand.
I don't remember having a cartoon one.
But it was Snoopy?
No, I don't remember.
Oh.
I said if they had a Snoopy one, I might like it.
Oh, wow.
It just sounds neat.
Okay. I had a Snoopy snow cone machine.
Oh, that sounds good.
I made some money with that. Yeah. I had to set it up like a lemonade stand. I'm gonna turn my hairdryer on real quick. Sorry.
Oh, blame it on the bulls. Got a few today. 7-year-old. They must be talking about that rodeo again.
Oh, is Moobot in the rodeo? Is that what Moobot's problem is?
Moobot is in the rodeo.
That's why. That's why Moobot's not working good. Great. Oh, that's looking pretty sharp. Now, obviously, I'm going to go over this with a couple more layers of color, but you can see how the lighter areas of this are getting super, super bright because I put a layer of white underneath it. And this part is kind of more shaded. I put the quinacridone nickel azo gold on it, and you can see a little bit of the color on her lips and her nose. So when you see it, it won't look like an eyeball floating over a butterfly. It will look like there's a butterfly literally in front of somebody's face. It should look pretty three-dimensional when it's done. What I need to decide now is what color I should make her eye. Usually people would provide feedback at this time, but I'm like a couple minutes away. Yeah, it's like, oh, sorry guys, I picked purple.
I can ask them in the room and they'll be like,
you could, okay, why don't you ask them? So it's a monarch butterfly. What
also,
color?
Jasmine is asking from the future.
Yeah, Jasmine from the future past is asking what color eye to go with a monarch butterfly.
Color eye? Yeah,
to match the butterfly. Oh god, my arms are so filthy. Ugh.
Okay.
It's not bruises, it's something. Oh, I don't even have my cool bruise to show people. It went away. Oh, sorry. White dots on here though, because monarchs have those pretty little white spots. I don't know if they're meant for camouflage or for warning. Thing about monarchs, people are like, oh, they have bright colors to warn people they're poisonous. I'm like, is it, or is it to advertise that they're lovely? It just doesn't feel right. I feel like I should go get Sunshine or Gamera and come get kitty cat time. It's okay. I'm definitely kind of hungry too, because usually I get cashews. I know. Too much food in the past couple days.
I feel like blue and orange would be pretty.
Yeah, that would be a good complementary color.
Black.
Orange is black. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if to make it like match the butterfly or
green.
Green. That's a couple for green. Blue.
Kelly green.
That's kind of blue and green.
Great Scott. Oh wait,
yeah.
I'm talking about time travel.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Green. 1, 2, 3,
That's
4,
a lot of green.
5, 6 greens.
You know, maybe if I did green and I kind of made it like a blue sort of green, that would kind of tie in.
You have to have your artist practicality.
Yeah, no. Green would be lovely because it would kind of
sparkly green,
sparkly
lavender.
Green. Well, definitely be sparkly.
Bright blue.
Okay, so we're going to blues, greens. So
Chili
cool,
green will really
cool
bring out the
tones.
orange.
Yes, if you have everybody's mentioning kind of cool tones: blues, greens, bluish
wait,
purple.
She started painting a butterfly. How far behind? Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that. Okay, somebody wants to get banned from the room.
Oh, Moobot will never pick you now. No, just kidding. That's random, but that's okay. Well, I am going to. You know what I'm gonna do? I could kind of shade these. I'm gonna take like a purple, and I've got. Where's the blue I use? Oh, my turquoise. Oh, I'm almost down to this one. It's almost empty. Also.
Now black. Okay, so we're saying 2 tiny treasures a day.
Yeah, even if it's like an hour or two goes by, what we don't want, and again, no offense if you were one of the people who have done this, the first person in line to say we'd like all of the tiny treasures. We have had that happen a few times, and we're like, well, that's not fair to the people who have been waiting in line behind you. So we have to make some sort of limit. It's much like we do with the pins. If we have 800 pins and somebody says, I'll take all 800, then they're just going to take them and put them on eBay and say they're $100 each or whatever, and then nobody will get them, and that's sad. So that's why we have limits on things like that. So if we have, again, this show, I'm probably gonna have 5, 6, maybe 7 tiny treasures finished by next Friday. So if you come in line, you can't say I want all of them. I'm sorry, but you can pick 1 or 2 that you like, and if a few hours go by and nobody else has picked them up, then come back, and that's fine. People had their chance. They could have done that. We kind of play it by ear because we just don't want a company or a store who doesn't care about the artwork to come in and buy all of them and act like they're a wholesaler, if that makes sense. I know that sounds very boring, but that's why we have rules like that. And it's not like people are trying to ruin other people's fun. It's just that's how sometimes people make a living and whatever. So I am... Well, you know what I mean. I mean, it's nice that they'd like to buy them all. I mean, and you'd think, oh, what does Jasmine care? She sold all of them. But I want people to be able to get them if they came and they traveled. We have people who are traveling from different countries to come there, and it's sad. I mean, we've had, I don't know. I want to make sure people who wait and spend the time to come there can get what they're coming after. That makes sense. So what I'm doing here, I'm not really picking a color, but I'm starting with a warmer color in the middle part of the iris. I'm going with purple. If you're going to look at purple, blue, and green, which are the colors that Matt was talking about, are all cool colors, but purple's going to be the warmest because it has a little bit of red, a little bit of violet in it. So I'm going to kind of start in the middle of where the pupil is, and I'm going to kind of do a color gradient, and I'll see how this looks. And if I don't like it, I can change it. I'm going to do purple kind of in the middle, and I'll fade it out to blue, because if you think about a rainbow, you see purple, and then it turns to indigo, turns to blue, turns to green, turns to yellow, and orange, and you've got the yellow and the orange kind of in the monarch butterfly. So if we start off with the purple, and I kind of go from purple to blue, from blue to green, then that will kind of give you the idea of a bit of a rainbow, even though it won't be a rainbow painting, but it will kind of have that sort of glamour to it. I'm going to put a bit of the reddish kind of magenta in there to really kind of exaggerate that. Yes! Yes! He said it, I didn't. Yes, exactly. But you got me on. Make Comcast is like, Jasmine, will you be our brand ambassador? I will say no, I won't. Yeah. Oh yes, the day Moobot becomes self-aware.
Just starting prizes to everyone.
Well, awful.
What a jerk.
It just goes to bot accounts that Moobot made. They're taking like a kind of blue-green and going over the purple. I'm ignoring the pupil at this point because I'm just focusing on the color. And I'm going to take some yellow and put that in there. So the highlight of this, I'm thinking, will be kind of a yellowy green. And that will tie the violet purple to the indigo blue to the green, and that will go to the yellow orange, and that will kind of give the satisfying feeling you see when you see a painting that has all 7 main color shades in it.
Cool.
Yeah. And that will look pretty great. So that's actually good feedback from people. If you're like, this many people said green, this many people said blue, this many people said purple. I'm going to use all of them. Now, it might look purple and green right now, but I'm going to get my hair dry real quick, and I'm going to do a layer on top of that. Okay.
Pretty music.
It's pretty music. Got that. I don't know if people can hear it or not, but it's pretty.
Maybe AT&T will come here.
Maybe so.
Better.
Open my own company. Like Fred.
Oh, that. My gosh.
Yeah, no, not like that. This is starting to look turquoise in some parts, so that's another shade. Now the green's going to look darker, but it won't in a minute because I'm going to put some yellow on top of it. Oh, my poor forearms are nothing but bruises and horrible paint stains. Put a little bit of... I know I keep talking about vat orange. I'm going to mix a bit of that with the quinacridone magenta. And I'm going to kind of leak that out of where the pupil area is. Like it's the sort of iridescent sort of middle part of the iris. Using the term iridescent the way it's supposed to be, like actual eye color that's changing. I'm actually going to use some of that same purple mixed with Van Dyke Brown and some turquoise, phthalo turquoise, to put the pupil in there, because right now it looks like a weird gray circle, and I don't want it to look like that, because that is going to change the idea of what the eyeball is going to actually look like. I want the top part of the pupil to be a bit darker, because she's going to have some pretty, again, extravagant eyelashes. And I want the lower part to be reflexive of that. Yeah.
Will you guys show all the tiny treasures on Patreon before PlanetCon?
I will, for people who probably just the top secret tier. I will be showing those ahead of time on Patreon for the top secret tier on my Patreon. And again, we will, as always with the top secret tier, they can reserve those, but only if they do not sell at the show. We have to make them available to people in person at the event first for the tiny treasures, not for the bigger paintings. I think Absinthe Reflections has already sold. That's one of the larger paintings there, and I think anybody could have reserved that, but usually the top secret people see them first. But the other painting we're debuting that are full-sized is the Devil painting from the 78 Tarot.
That one's so cool, guys.
That's something too we should probably tell people about if we haven't done yet. The Kickstarter for the 78 Tarot.
Oh, I'll see if
Shoot.
It'll take me a while.
See, we're not on our usual computer, so I don't have my like, hey, tell people about this.
Here.
Tell people about this. But yeah. But yeah, the Kickstarter. If you guys who are watching me, like, I don't know, when was that? Like a month or two ago, I was working on the Devil painting.
Right.
Yes, the Elemental Tarot for 78 Tarot. It's on Kickstarter. If you go to Kickstarter. Yeah. And it's already met its goal. It met its goal like the second day, I think. And it's 78 different artists. Every year we do a different theme for the tarot deck, and every artist does one card. This year I got the Devil card, and that was the one I was working on like maybe 8 broadcasts ago or something. And it has already been funded, but
send snarky emails. They will better.
Oh,
they need better use of their
I get a
time when
lot
say
of
delete.
snarky. Yeah, that's. we get a decent amount of snarky emails. Some people have too much time on their hands, man. I don't.
You know what? Sometimes they're also. They wouldn't say it in real life.
That's a lot of the internet, though, isn't it?
Yeah, they wouldn't say.
People would never come up in person and say things to me that they would say on the internet.
Like, forget them, or
wow, you're a better person than I am, because that is not what I think of doing when I get.
Or just not pay attention.
Like, I forgive you. Yeah, okay.
Here's a 7-8.
Is it the Kickstarter that's happening out? Yay, yeah. So it is already funded, but that's the way that you can get the tarot deck. You found the Kickstarter? correct?
Yeah.
When you say yes, you look concerned and you
Oh,
don't
look,
look like
then
you're...
then it said the call for artists, so that obviously
Yeah,
isn't
is that the Kickstarter? Is it Kickstarter.com, honey?
Yeah, I'll find it.
Are you searching on Kickstarter?
Yeah,
you said you were gonna
trying.
Google it, so I don't know what you mean by that.
I found the call for artists. I'll find the right one.
Don't post the call for art. Okay, when you say Google, don't Google. Go to Kickstarter. Do you mean search?
I'm trying. It's very difficult to...
Did you search it on Google? Yeah. Alright.
Just trying to get to
You're gonna look it up on the Facebook. Okay.
Look it up on the face.
Yep. Problem once you get over 40. But yes, you can pre-order up there. And I think that's the only way you can buy those, or through their Kickstarter things, isn't it?
I don't know if they sell any after.
I don't know if they sell any after or not. But we've done them once. I've been in the past, 7 decks? Every year there's a different theme. There's like a carnival theme. There was a nautical theme. There was the first one, which is like, hey, there's 78 artists. And there's, oh, the astral theme was the, last year, I think?
Yeah. It says, a perfect way to reply to snarky people. So sorry that you're unhappy with the Twitch broadcast, but you should consider yourself lucky I can do it. I don't have to show you how I paint or talk with you.
See, that makes me sound snarky then. And then
Yeah,
if somebody's like, this is what Jasmine said, and that's the only thing they knew about me was me replying to somebody being snarky, I don't want people to see that. Hey, they're lucky I'm here because I could barely talk this morning. I was like, I don't even know if I can talk today. And then it's like, and the internet's down. I'm like, oh, I felt like saying, no, Twitch today. And I'm like, no, we're going to drive around till we can find the internet in our weird little town.
People are liking the broadcast today.
Yay, hey, I'm getting painting done. Again, though, I would be painting either way. No offense, but
I feel like a random number generator.
I think I'm a random number generator.
So it's 118% funded.
Oh, awesome.
But they still...
They do, because usually they have like bonus stuff. You know, like if it's a Kickstarter, they've got like stretch goals and all that. And it's, yeah, I think it was only a 20-day one, and it was funded after 2 days, 18 days left or something.
Got the link finally.
Yay, thank you, Maddie.
Welcome.
But that is the one for which I did the devil painting that I kept painting for, like, I think I did it 2 or 3 different broadcasts here at Twitch. I was working on that one. And the original painting of that we will have next weekend in Kansas City. She is in Kansas City now. We mailed her there. So if you're
I'm loving this.
interested,
people like it.
Oh,
we got 7-8 viewers.
Hey, that's good.
I think we become more frustrated than they do.
Oh, probably. It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Doesn't take much to frustrate you, or frustrate us.
Us, I said. You said us, and I said, yeah, it doesn't take much.
How's that Theraflu working? Is it still a little bit?
I don't know. I think it makes me less snuffly, but I don't know. I don't like regular cold medicine, so I just take tea. Hopefully it'll be all gone by the time we get to Kansas City. I don't want to ride on an airplane when I've got a cold.
What are Jasmine's plans for the hair color on the other one? She's really cute.
I don't know yet. Some people were suggesting blue and silver, but I have not decided yet. One thing too, I usually make an ACEO card out of each tiny treasure I do, because obviously I didn't do prints of them because they're tiny little paintings.
But green is the most Irish name I've ever.
Color green's a color. I don't know. What about our nephew, Quinlan Bailey whichever? He's wearing his little green Kiss Me I'm Irish outfit. I'm like, wow, Quinlan, could you be more Irish? Sorry, I don't want to see people's last names on the Twitch all the time. I'm actually making the dark part of the butterfly here. It looks like it might be black, but I'm putting some blue and green in there, so when it turns into the yellow, it's going to make kind of a soft kind of haze from green into yellow, and then it will turn from yellow into orange into red, and then you'll see the same sort of thing reflected in the eyes, and that will make it look very, very rainbowy and happy, and that's good. A little bit more masking tape on the back of that one.
You like the mystery of what's coming up.
Yeah.
That's what Jasmine kills me in about 5.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it happens.
Yeah. Again, this might be on Forensic Files or something someday, and be a Netflix original series.
Oh my God, run! I should run.
Go for it, Mandy.
That's like Mr. Show too, when they have the interventions.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill me.
Yeah.
I am a ghost. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a ghost. We had a ghost marriage. I'm putting just plain yellow on top of the green bit I did on her eyes. I'll see if you can see that better. I put some yellow there, and that's going to make it look a bit more sparkly. I'm going to do another layer of white too. So when I do a warmer tone in the middle part, it will kind of fade into where the yellow is. A bit of white and also a bit of Naples yellow. It's when you look at somebody's irises and you see all these little things that almost look like veins, or like it's a piece of agate or a piece of marble or granite or something. And you put tiny little brush strokes that helps kind of reinforce that idea.
Turquoise or which they keep talking about the eyes.
Yeah.
Because not those are cool. You're not scared.
Oh,
am I cool enough?
I'm pretty scary. Or you? Yeah, you're not. By you, she's talking to Maddie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm the ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You're not very scary.
I'm not scary?
No.
No.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm the one you have to worry about?
No. Not really.
I'm not the quiet next door. I'm not the quiet next door.
You're not. You're not the quiet loner.
Yeah.
White male age 35 to 45.
You're a nerd, so you're cool enough in my book?
There you
I'm
go.
not a nerd. Not
He's more of a jock.
Yeah. I broke out of that
You're
mold.
kind of a jock.
I'm a jock.
You're a little bit of a jock.
No, a lot of nerds have a bit of. I mean, it's probably.
I don't even know if that's a. Yeah, it's true.
Like
well, you used to do martial arts, didn't you? Yes.
Nerdy jock. A active nerdy thing to do. Martial arts.
Well, you did martial arts.
Yes.
Okay.
As do most of your family.
Yeah, not me. I'm not very good at looking at somebody and mimicking their movements. I'm terrible at that. I tried to do Tai Chi when we were in Vietnam, and it was a mess. That was a cute outfit, though.
Very cute. And while Jasmine did Tai Chi,
it was awful. I hope there's no.
jellyfish.
Yes.
And they were beautiful.
Yeah. That was pretty great. I got to see the jellyfish. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. If you look at her eye, I don't know how well this shows up, but you can see in the middle bit, like closest to her pupil there, you've got kind of a purplish red color, and it fades into an orange, fades into yellow, fades into green, and then the outer edge is going to be blue. I'm going to take some of that kind of turquoise blue and put that around the outside of the limbic ring on her eye, that kind of darker circle that's on the outside of her iris. And that will turn the cornea of her eye, the white part of her eye, just a little bit blue. And that will kind of emphasize the blueness of it on the outside. And that will give the illusion of it being more colors happening than are actually really happening. And since it's next to a butterfly that is that kind of orangey, yellow, brown, etc., that will really kind of pop when you see it. I think if I put a little bit more color on her lips, like on her, like if she was wearing lipstick, I'd do kind of a magenta color there. That will make it tie together even more, because that's the one color, that kind of violet red color is not really shown so much in the painting. And that's the only color that is not in the usual rainbow that has not been shown. I'm going to put a little bit there. And then your eyeball will be happy because you see all of the main colors you would see in a spectrum. Yes, you want sad eyeballs? Hey, I paint a lot of sad eyeballs too. If you really want to.
Jasmine learned how to speak English from fortune cookies.
I did. Yes, actually, I did.
She gives me my lucky numbers every morning.
I do. I can tell you what numbers are lucky at any time.
Exactly.
I'm not going to tell you, but I'll tell Mary.
Aw,
It's gotta buy
that's
my.
because I would.
You're
use
gonna
it
buy
to
my
our
lottery tickets,
benefit,
man. Yeah, exactly.
which are chock full
Chock-full.
of lucky numbers.
They are. In one of these times, actually, percentage-wise, they win pretty regularly, don't they?
I've won $2.
Well, you won more than that. Not much more, but
Oh,
I won $50 one time when I was a kid, but I had to give my dad money to buy the lottery ticket because I was 11. That's probably illegal, I'm sorry. One of those illegal dark web sort of channels you've heard about.
the rabbit's gonna dig those too.
Cool.
Jellyfish are horrible little buggers. Oh,
They are. No, they're full of personality and easy to get along with. No. No, they're barely animals. I mean, they are animals. They're actually, I think the earliest animal they can find is a box jelly in it. Is that it? Or one of those very early, small, single-celled jellyfish is the earliest type of animal on the planet. But no, they don't really have a lot of stuff going on. There's a very good book that came out. What's the name of it? I bought it. We saw the lady on the CSNBC that was talking at the Texas Book Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought her book.
Oh, how did that?
It's good. It's a good book.
You listened to the audio, or did you get
I listened to the audio, and she reads the audiobook of it, and it's what I can't remember the name of it. If I don't find it.
Yeah, it's that sort of
it's that good. Yeah, why not?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, we're here.
Yeah.
Maybe we should be more like that.
Well,
Maybe we're a bit formal sometimes.
I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
It's called Spineless. Spineless. The Science of Jellyfish. It's by Julie Burwald. It's Juli with no E at the end. And Burwald is Berwald.
Want me to look at it and I'll type it in?
Go. Type it in. It's good. If you are interested in jellyfish or siphonophores especially, she talks a lot about siphonophores, and I'm all about siphonophores, so that's a very, very good book. And it talks a lot about the development of how they're different. It also talks a lot about how jellyfish can change from one life stage to another. Like they start off as a little eggy thing, and they turn into a little wiggly thing, and they turn into Medusa, and they turn into jellyfish. But they can also go back. It's like if a frog could turn back into a tadpole. I don't need it.
Okay.
I was just the jellyfish. But it's like if a frog was to turn back into a tadpole again, and then went back into a frog, and then decided to turn into a tadpole and turn into an egg. And jellyfish can kind of do that.
Girl got stung by a box
That's
jelly.
Pretty neat. Yeah, box jellies are they will get you.